Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Hello everyone, welcome to another live stream with me, 320 Sim Pilots. And yes, as you probably guessed from the thumbnail, it's our first anniversary of the channel. We've been going for 1 year, so I just wanted to do, I couldn't resist the urge to do another stream in the ToLiss A321, which we all come to know and love. Thank you all for coming along today, and of course thank you all for your support over the last year. It's ridiculous to think where we've come over the last year, and it's been amazing, and it's only been amazing because of you guys coming along, being a part of it all. And I know I say that a lot, but it's just so true. I wouldn't have kept making the videos if it weren't for the kind messages I got right at the start, and people just asking more questions and getting more involved with it, and that's the only reason I ever had the motivation to carry on with it, really. And it's been absolutely brilliant fun. Now, I'd normally try and go through the chat to say hello, but this is quite possibly the most active chat I've ever seen at the start of a stream. So I'll do my best. But Victor Tango, thank you for coming along. Tom Corwine, good to see you. And Mickey as well. I hope you're all doing very well. Victor Tango, thank you for coming and moderating. And Erasmus as well. Richard V, thank you for coming and moderating as well. Good to see you here. Richard V has been here right from the start, along with many people in the chat today. Richard V, I remember the comments from, I think, literally the first video. Andy was joined shortly after that, and I think everybody came. A lot of the people here have been here for so long, which is what's made it so special. I just won't be able to go back and read all your messages. I'm so sorry. But hello to eBoss, Alan Story. Good to see you. Alan's been around a long time as well as eBoss. But thank you guys for coming along. And Tango Delta. Ryan Videos 94, I hope you're doing very well. Thorsten, good to see you. Awesome runner. Leopold, Azar, Bacon, Warrior, thank you for coming along. I got a very nice card, which I'll talk about a bit later, or a very nice email, I should say. Email card, it was very nice. But yeah, Swappy S, thank you very much for your $10 donation. Really kind, Swappy. Swappy says, happy first anniversary, Captain. Congrats, and thank you for all the great content. Looking forward to more. Thank you so much, Swappy. Your efforts and time moderating and being a part of the community and on the Discord is so appreciated. So I really need to thank you as well. But thank you so much for your $10 donation, and thank you for supporting the channel over the last year. But yeah, it's great. I can't keep up with the messages. Andy H1302, good to see you. Van Raj, goodness me. Kweku says happy anniversary. Good to see you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Mr. Espresso as well. I've got a few of you to thank for the card when we get up in the air. Do remind me. Oscar Lamprecht, I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Captain Bagoff, thank you very much. Matteo, good to see you. Matteo's been around for a long time as well, and it's great to see Matteo running some streams now. So do check out Matteo's channel. Very knowledgeable on all things Airbus, as well as plenty of other aircraft, and is doing some really fascinating streams. I have been catching up on them when I can, Matteo, but yeah, absolutely brilliant. Hayden J. Robbins, Jetpack Away, AC455, thanks for your livery and efforts as well. And AC455 says it only took a year to get to 41,000 subscribers. Amazing. Yeah, we're almost at 41,000. We may pass 41,000 today. So there we go. But yeah, thank you all very much for your thanks. And yeah, it does feel a bit like our birthday, doesn't it? Yes, Papa, thank you. Yes, Papa has worked incredibly hard on the Discord as well, which is why it's in the shape it's in now. Yes, Papa is the wizard behind that, and the screenshot competition for the banner, things like that. It's just brilliant. And thank you, Yes, Papa, for all your efforts. And I do need to answer your message, I know, sitting in my to-do pile. I promise. But yeah, again, I can't keep up. Lizzo5, thank you for coming along so many times as well, and all of your work. Right, I can't read back through anymore. I'll get in big trouble. I still get messages when I talk too much at the start, as you guys know. But yeah, again, thank you all for coming along. I have seen all the messages, all the congratulations. I was reading them just as we were preparing the stream. So thank you all. Really appreciate it. And it does mean a lot to me. And it's been a crazy year, absolutely crazy. So thank you all for coming along. What are we going to do today? We're going to fly our retro Lufthansa in this livery by Christoph T. We're going to fly it from here in Bristol. Now, this is the Pilot Plus Bristol that I have loaded up. I bought it just for this stream. I thought we may as well have some nice scenery for this one. So this is Pilot Plus, and I've literally the first time I've seen it, but as ever, it looks fantastic. I'm pretty pleased with it so far. We have departed from Bristol before. We're not doing the original route. Our first route we did on the channel was we used this aeroplane. We were the Lufthansa 745, which is what we shall be today. But we flew it from Frankfurt to Amsterdam. Very short flight. And those of you will remember we got disconnected from VATSIM when we did that, I remember. So we're just reusing that livery. That's where the thumbnail's from. That was our original thumbnail from back then. However, we are not at the same airports, obviously. We've mixed it up just a little bit. But yeah, Ollie, Nat, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming along. I'm glad you've been enjoying it. So yeah, right. So IAE engines, you'll notice, old school, CEO engines, always nice. No sharklets on this thing, absolutely not. Don't want that. We are going with the proper old school Airbus, and this is where the channel started. We did so many videos with this exact aeroplane, different paints, but yeah, the IAE wingtip fence 321. This is what we spent a lot of time doing our work on, so I couldn't resist to do another one on this. Now we are on VATSIM, so I can see lots of you flying along, which is great. There is an event on in Nuremberg, so they should be staffed up to cope with us, I'm hoping. Just depends what sort of a mess we make of the departure. I will be at the back of the queue by the looks of things. Well, we'll find out which runway we're going to take off from in a minute, but there we go. Right, it is cold and dark, so let's get this this thing powered on. So we've got engine masters off, mode selector to norm, weather radar is off, landing gear lever down, wiper selectors are off, and we'll go for the batteries. Nice voltage, so check and auto. All looking good. External power is available. We'll put that on. Don't want to put the APU on. And we won't do the full flow and checklist, but there are a few more things we're going to do. We're going to check that APU in a second, and get these screens all bright. Yeah, so a year. It's not actually a year since we started streaming. It's a year since the channel sort of began in its current form. So yeah, Windows Seat, thanks for coming along. Otherwise known as Lord P, our resident engineer. Good to see you, and I really appreciate all your efforts. Bacon Warrior says, love the BMI CEO 321. Yeah, was there one out there or not? But yeah, oh, there goes Logan. They're off. I've got the old Lufthansa livery. Yeah, I like that livery. I like this livery. Not a fan of the new one, I'm not gonna lie. But there we go. Yeah, this is X-plane looking pretty good. I do like it.
Bristol traffic, Lufthansa 178, pushing back from...
There we go. There's a Lufthansa already on the way. Right. Flight warning computers online. Can run, if I get it right, AP fire test. All working. We can start it up. Barrett discrepancy. Yeah, well, we'll change that in a second. We'll just put it there to give it that warning. A few people going. Right elevation. Oh, this is some interesting cautions here today. Let's find out what happens as we get it powered up. Anyway, we've got some oil, which is good. We've got the hydraulic levels all looking good. And we've got the oxygen. Now let me just check I'm not broadcasting. Yesterday I accidentally broadcasted on Unicom the whole time. Right, let's get the MCDU brightened up. Makes me nervous when I see the other one all dim. Okay, right, let's get this thing powered up. So we'll go for ground control on. Let's get these all set to nav. Come down here. Go for auto, arm. Strobe lights to auto, not beacon. Nav lights can come on. The rest will leave off. APU we won't do just yet. And we'll come up. We would do the little electric check. Fuel pumps are already on, so that's actually a bit funny. They should be off, but there we go. And we would do our engine fire tests. All looking good. You'd also check down on the fire panel, which is this little panel down here, and you'd see the little fire lights are on. I suppose it's not called the fire panel, but there we go. And yeah, looking good. All good down here. It's been so long since I've been in one of these little, one of these 321 CEOs, so it's good to be back in it, definitely. Right, as we come down here then, let's get the weather. There's no ATIS, so we're going to go the easy way, which I do like. You guys know I enjoy that. QNH is actually 1021. 1021, 1021. Oh, there you go. It's a different order than 1021. Get these screens up and online. Passengers are all getting on. Now, the fuel is actually on. We're going with 9.4. Required was 7.4, but we don't know how busy it's going to be there. Plus our taxi out. So 2 tons is a ridiculous amount of fuel extra, really. So that is all in. And yeah, we're getting ready to go. Window Seat says, a year of absolutely supplying videos, knowledge and demonstrations on how to enjoy flight sim as close as it can be to real thing. Been a pleasure here the last year. Thanks so much, Window Seat. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for all your efforts done. Window Seat's done loads for the channel as well, as so many of you have, like I always say. Danny says, hey Captain, Nuremberg isn't that often flown into by simmers. Nice fun. Yeah, there we go. Good. Yeah, I haven't got any scenery for Nuremberg, but it should be nice to see. Something that we haven't been there before. So yeah, Frankfurt's the alternate, just as a bit of a memory of that first stream. So can't resist that. Right. Oh, and I missed a whole load of chat already. Tango Delta says your stream and this community have been a big positive in my book to help get through this past crazy pandemic. Yeah, agreed, Tango Delta, and that's basically, yeah, I have exactly the same feelings towards you guys. So thank you all so much for your efforts over the last year. It's been remarkable. Hello, Van der Veen, good to see you. Thanks for coming along again. I hope you're doing very well. Yes, so that is us. You'll see this is actually really nice scenery because you can see even this little stand out there. Like I say, this is Pilot Plus. This wasn't even. I did pay for this one. I get Orbex have provided a lot of our scenery recently, but this is made by Pilot Plus, so it was done. I bought it for the stream. I thought, why not? And yeah, just brings X-Plane up a level. Definitely, it is really nice. Okay, right. So finish up down here. We've done the QNH. We've got the anti-skid nozzle steering on. Otherwise, all looking pretty reasonable. And we'll come down here. Just check everything's in the right place. All looking excellent. This should go auto to on. It's the only way to make it work in X-Plane, it seems. And that's on transmit. You would have interphone on receive, but it doesn't work in this. Lovely stuff. Okay, right, let's get our route loaded in. So today we are going from Echo Golf Golf Delta to Echo Delta Delta November. We are going to use an auto to Frankfurt, Echo Delta Delta Foxtrots. We are going to be as we were on our very first stream, Delta Lima Hotel 745. Ethan Black, thank you very much. Ethan Bubeck, thank you very much for your $8 donation. Really appreciate it. You remember me. I recognize the name, Ethan, but yeah, I apologize if I don't remember something you said in the past, but thank you very much for the donation. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you enjoy the stream. And thank you for coming along once again. Very kind of you. And thank you very much for your donation. Really appreciate it. Cost X is 5. Cruising at flight level 350. Won't worry about the temperature. It does load in the default. You can put in the one from your forecast, but not the end of the world if you don't. And we'll align that IRS. Should happen automatically. I think I've said that a lot. We'll do the wind request when we put in our flight plan. So data we of course already did. So data and it's A for flight plan time.
No problem.
Right, let's check that weather. So 340. This is an east-west runway, so that puts us on a 27 departure, which is what I was expecting. Which means we were going out via Wotan, so Wotan. But we can't do that. That's why it doesn't work. We're going out via Baden then. I knew there would be a problem. I think on every stream I've done, I've managed to cause a slight headache for us with the departures, because there's only one Badim. Exmoor's going to be off to the southwest. Yeah, so we need that northerly departure. So we're going to do the Badim departure, and I suppose we'll go Badim, and then does that do Quebec 63? Let's find out. So departure 27, Badim 1 X-ray, temporary flight plan, insert, and there goes a Logan. We can now zoom in and see that. There it is. So that's all looking good. Then from Badim, can we take the airway Quebec 63? That will solve it. Sometimes that's what happens. I am working on the stars chart video. Oh, it looks like we can. Quebec 63 to Kennet. There we go. So, oh, it goes via Wotan anyway, so no problem. So Kennet, then Upper Lima 9 to Conan. Then Upper Lima 607. There's Manta 1 for Mike Juliet. Excellent. You guys are way ahead of me, which is good news. Matug. We are running slightly later today. We used to run our streams at this time of day. What's quite nice is that also we've got it's daylight outside where I am, which does remind me of our first streams where we did a lot of this sort of thing out when it was daylight. And we used to stream later in the evenings because the routes were so much shorter, or the flights were shorter. I remember that first stream though, Mata Gubax and then Tolo, where I was so nervous. Yeah, and you can hear it when you watch it back. My microphone didn't work for the first few minutes, which is classic, sort of our channel sort of stuff. So Tolu, Airway Zulu 723. Now the Cloudbot should be alive, so if any of you would like to follow along, you can do that. And if you put exclamation mark route, you'll get the route, but you'll see, oh no, Comib. You'll see that I've had to change it slightly at the start, but only very slightly. Tango 193 to Ertes, Echo Romeo, Tango Echo Sierra. Perfect. I'll put in an arrival. I think they're on the Westleys as well, so put the RS28 Zulu for now, and we're expecting the Ertes to Tango Not sure of the via point. That would be the RNAV. That looks pretty convincing, to be honest with you, for Germany, but there we go. We'll insert that. 622 miles. If we go to our chart, we're expecting it to be 539. So around 100 miles up, but that's the wrong route, other departure. Also, it's that arrival. Adds a lot of mileage to it, so that's a bit off, but we have a reason why. Mark, thank you very much, Maliniak, for your £12 donation. Really kind, Mark. Mark says £1 a month, though I have not followed you for a year. I have enjoyed all your videos and tutorials. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along. Thank you very much for your very kind donation, and thanks for coming along to all the videos. I know we've been going for a year, but a lot of people have joined us relatively recently by comparison. Although I suppose not that recently now. We're looking at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 months anyway. So yeah, so thank you very much, Mark. Really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing very well. And I hope you enjoy the stream today. Let me just have a quick glance in the chat. Chickpoint says, a birthday is always a good reason to buy yourself gifts. Yeah, it is indeed. Exactly. So that's why I couldn't resist picking up the airport. Right. Thank you again, Mark. Thank you, Swappy. Thank you, Ethan, for your very kind donations. Okay, let us move on. So that is the flight plan. Diffs. So copy the active. Not much else to do in here. What I'm going to do is just go to Wotan and then put in the new destination back to Bristol, just in case we have any reason to return in. And then I'll put the arrival in as the RS27, and there we go. So if we get to here, we can just come straight back in, fly that approach with relative ease anyway. Although it's probably going to be a bad day if we've had to do that. Radnavs, let's check that departure. I think it is a more traditional departure. Yeah, so there are a few things we can use here. Let's look at the departure. Batting on X-ray, climb straight ahead, past 4.5 IBON. So can I put in the IBON? The ToLiss is a bit funny about how this is done. 11015, I think it is. Perfect. So we got the IBON. I'll set that first needle to VOR. There we go. And hopefully on ARC, that will display it. There we go. So that's the first one we're going to do. We got the IBON, 4.5 miles, right turn back around, stopping at 6,000 feet, I can see. Doesn't clear it or to tell us at the bottom, but I'm going to put 6,000 feet in the window up here. 4.5, 6,000 feet. Thank you very much, Window Seat, for your £10 donation. Really kind as well. Thank you. And that is a new GIF. I haven't seen that one before. Is that a hippo on a wheelie gaming chair or something? Right. Thank you very much, Window Seat. Really appreciate it. And as I said, thank you for all your work over the last year. It's really appreciated. And thanks for being such an enthusiastic part of the community. Yeah, fantastic. And thank you so much. Thank you for that kind donation. Thank you. Right, 6,000 feet and then out to Honolulu. So I'm going to put the Honolulu VOR 11365, or let's just type it in, Hon. There it is. I don't need the course bar, but there we go. But yeah, thank you very much again. And thank you, Chickpoint, for your $3.14 donation. I know it always just shows you in dollars when you do it that way. But thank you so much, Chickpoint. Chickpoint says, a piece of pie for your first anniversary. Thank you, Chickpoint. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming along and supporting the stream so many times and watching and being a part of the community as well. Dr. Darren Naho, good to see you. Dr. Darren Naho says, first up, congrats. And secondly, it's against the law for everything to go smoothly when it's someone's anniversary. Yeah, oh, I wish I hadn't read that, but it had occurred to me already. But thank you very much, Dr. Darren Naho, for coming along. And all your efforts over the last year. Simon Caesars, who doesn't love those rectangular RNAV transitions in Germany? As someone who begun his virtual VATSIM career, that was quite confusing. Yes, and I'm going to talk about them in my star charts video. It's taken me a bit of time to get that video working. Flight simulators, Microsoft Flight Simulator has been letting me down a bit trying to record with lately, so it's been slowing down the process. But yeah, it's in the works. It's in the works. But yeah, Anthony, good to see you. And no, thank you, Windows Seat. Thank you. And Bale Games, good to see you. And yeah, Chickpoint, no worries at all. Right. Oh, that is a good pun, isn't it? And I totally missed it. 3.14, a piece of pie, yeah, written like pie. Obviously, can't believe it. Brain works at about 20% when I'm streaming, I promise. Right. So there is the departure. We've got the Honolulu, and we could put that course in, but I'm not going to get too excited. I can just use the needle to point at it if we lose tracking by that point. For a taxi out plan while we're here, stand 26. We're actually a bit of an... no, we're not at an angle. I'm talking nonsense. There we go. 26. Push back, taxi out, Zulu, take off from Alpha. Don't let us go past Alpha or we get stuck in this apron. That would be really embarrassing. So Radnav, next, init B, plugins, ToLiss, let's go. I've already loaded up the performance. I've been very organized today. You'll be pleased to know. Let's do a flap 3 takeoff today. We are taking off at a reasonable weight, so I want to do that. So zero fuel weight is 66.6. I wanted a bit more. I wanted it 66. There we go. Let's do 66.8 with the CG 27.4. Fuel. What have we got? Too many screens. 9.4. Should be more than enough by some margin. There you go. Loads of extra fuel. Take off weight 76 tons. Yeah, pretty reasonable. So that is in it. B loaded up. Performance. Taking off 27. No shift. Flaps to 3. Flexing 34. That is a lot of thrust. I used Bristol in my video on high performance takeoffs, funnily enough. So yeah, that's an old video now, but certainly seems fitting to be at Bristol again for that. Just slightly nicer scenery now. 35, 35, 38, 226 clean. Does that cause us problems on departure? This is a good 320 sim pilot screen now, isn't it? We're looking at we're very much looking at, well, 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. We can clear that one out. Let's just check there's no speed limits on that departure because we are going to be pretty fast. Note round, intercept that radial, and up we go. All looking pretty good. No, I think that is fine. Can't see any speed limits there, just to 6,000 feet. Perfect. So that's an it B. And performance done. Thank you very much, Jasper M, for your 10 Swiss franc donation. #1 fan, pairs made an appearance. Thank you very much, Jasper. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well, and thanks so much for coming along. And thank you for your very kind donation. Thanks for supporting the channel. Really kind of you, Jasper. And I hope you're doing very well this afternoon or morning. Oh, no, I assume it's afternoon or it maybe even evening now for you in Switzerland. But thank you so much, Jasper. Really appreciate it. Matthew Presley, good to see you. Matthew says, congrats on the successful channel. Hopefully the industry starts rebounding over there pretty soon. Hiring is starting again over here, so hopefully you guys aren't too far away. I really hope you're right, Matthew. I really do. I've heard a bit about what's going on in America. I think they're picking up a little bit. And today, yeah, 66.6, but we've changed it now. We've changed it. But yeah, so yeah, really fingers crossed for the near future in Europe. As I said before, I will continue to run this channel, no doubt in my mind about that. I absolutely love it. Let's get terrain radar on. There's no nasty weather out there. It is absolutely lovely, as you can see. But yeah, fingers crossed, Matthew. And thank you very much. Thanks for coming along and helping us out on the videos, especially the CIJ videos. But good to see you. I think the record for pop-ups is 5, says Dr. Darren Naho. Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm sure we could do that. Reach Tango says, I thought it was tradition to make sure the birthday person gets properly embarrassed on the anniversary. Oh dear, I hope not. But there we go. Empty beer cans in the hole, says Hayden. Yeah, excellent. Right. Ed says, thank you for everything you've done to make our hobby so much more enjoyable. Flew the TVAT approach earlier using your excellent tutorial. I didn't even know that the flex temp meant 6 months ago. Fantastic, Ed. Really glad to hear it. And thanks for saying so. And thanks for being a big part of the channel recently as well. Good to see you here again. Right. Thank you, C. Gonzalez. Very kind. Very kind indeed. Right. HT is online. There we go. That does happen if we sit here long enough usually. So 121925. I can do that on my radio panel. See how we've advanced, eh? So the first stream we ran on my laptop, and then it ran out of frames to give us, and we ended up getting disconnected. There we go. They've contacted us just in time. 12193, they've said, which looks slightly different. It says 95. I'll go 95 just because I'm assuming that's what that's for. Sounds like other people are there. Good. So where are we sitting with this aeroplane? I think it's time to get our clearance just in case we embarrass ourselves and something's totally different. Let me just carefully check I don't accidentally broadcast continuously on Unicom, as I say did recently, or even worse, on a frequency. So we are the Lufthansa 745. QNH is 1021. We're on stand 26. And we want clearance to Nürnberg. So for those of you wondering, I still have to think about what I say, especially on VATSIM. It's not so bad in the real aircraft at work because you're only thinking about one thing. But when you're streaming, I do have to write it out. So just preparing what you're going to say when you're going to make a bigger call like this is much easier. And I'll still mess it up. Bristol ground, good evening. Lufthansa 745, stand 26, 321, the QNH 1021, request clearance Nürnberg.
Lufthansa 745, Bristol ground, hello, can you accept the Badix 1 X-ray departure runway 27?
AFAM, Lufthansa 745.
Lufthansa 745, you're cleared to Nuremberg, Badix 1 X-ray departure runway 27, squawking 5067.
Clear Berlin 1 X-ray departure, squawk 5067 for Nürnberg, Lufthansa 745.
Lufthansa 745, read back correct.
There we go. So Berlin 1 X-ray is what we expected. And there it is. Just check it's in there. Oh, it doesn't show up actually. There it is, Berlin 1 X-ray. So that's what we've got. Squawk 5067. That's all ready to go. Time to get that APU up and running, most certainly. And we're going to be getting out of here. Yeah, about 40 minutes after starting. That's not too bad. Not too bad. We've done worse. So 3 seconds. There we go. Let's go to ground handling. They can all drive away now. But we'll leave that GPU on. Okay, right. Let us get ready to go. So, before I check, it's copy prep completed. Gear pins and covers removed. Signs are indeed on and auto. ADs are in nav. Fuel quantity is 9.4 and hopefully that's balanced. There it is. Let me get that right. Takeoff data is set. Most clues are here, but we also check down here. RF 1021 is set. 650 feet seems about right. Remember, always check the elevation. It will always be on your chart. So 622 feet, so we know that's good. Next frequency looks like 134.755, but we're only on ground. To be honest with you, even in real life, unless it's an automatic changeover, which this one isn't, we'll be told by traffic control. I don't tend to pay too much attention to this because these frequencies do regularly change. So I just do what air traffic tell me. I try not to have a preconceived idea, but it can reduce your workload if you get the chance to put that in the standby when you're on the right frequency. Right. Let's pre-plan. Connect.
Lufthansa 3 to November, you're cleared to Nürnberg, Balimax 1 X-ray departure, runway 27, squawk 50.
They can all be hidden. APU is up and running. Get rid of external power. Let's go to ICS, grounds. Don't need that. And let's close up the doors. Auto, close. There we go. Thank you very much, Matteo G. Thanks, Matteo, for your £10 donation. Matteo says, just another way to wish you a very happy channel birthday. Wishing you many more successful years. Thank you so much, Matteo. Really, really kind of you. Matteo's put so much work into the channel, been a moderator from right at the start as well, along with Richard, and has been incredibly invaluable to the community. And I know all of you on Discord appreciate Matteo's hard work, especially, but also in all the streams. So thank you, Matteo. Really, really generous of you. Thanks for coming along to so many streams over the last year and for putting so much enthusiasm into the channel. Really appreciate it. So thank you very much for that donation as well. Thank you, Matteo. And just thank you for your work. It's made all the difference having people like you in the community. And here we go. So what's that? 30 minutes, cold and dark, ready to go. That's about what it takes in the real aeroplane, although it is definitely a bit more robust in the real aeroplane, I can assure you of that. Just then that APU warm up, we'll get the air on for everyone in a second. But I think it's time pretty much to call for push and start. Yeah, it wouldn't be a 320 Sim Pilot stream without Angry Brian on the target. Agreed, Andy. Nice to have him make an appearance. The moving motion may stutter slightly, Captain Bagov. I do apologise. I've had this happen a few times recently. I can't work out why. We're only at 50 FPS, and it's probably going to get worse because we've got the South UK scenery in. Stephen says, Nuremberg has 34 scheduled arrivals. Yeah, we got fuel for it. Yeah, this is the terrain display, not the weather radar. But yeah, I can see why. Easy mistake, but yeah. Okay, he did tell all stations to stand by, so I'm going to wait for him to talk to someone and then I'll call him up. But we are about to cause the most impressive traffic jam Bristol's ever seen. Yeah, he's probably working on solving this particular puzzle. Thank you again, Matteo, for your donation. Really, really appreciate it. Right, what else can we do? Could do below the line, but we'll do that once we're cleared for push to start, really. Evening, CJ. Good to see you. Hayden says, just to mention, Dr. Darren Naho will be leaving the flight part way as he ate all the cake. Oh dear. Yeah, we got Yeah, almost over 100 of you in the hold now. So there you go. Sorry, guys. I think this is quite a nice 321. I think you get... Is this where I find out I'm broadcasting? No. This one you get... yeah, a bit of temperature. I can warm it up for you guys in the back. Or in the hold, I should say. Let's go traffic jam. Yeah, this is going to be quite something. I'm not entirely sure how this has happened. Must be a scenery issue, because like I say, though everyone else is perfectly on their stand, I'm a little surprised that this has managed to happen. It won't matter. Okay, he's been a while now. Let's check he hasn't gone offline to leave the problem to somebody else. No, he's still... Okay.
Stand 39 pushing solid approved face east.
Okay, let's get our word in.
Approved, space east, thank you very much. Go for 01.
Lufthansa 745 request push stand 26.
Lufthansa 745, you've got a difficult one. You've got the aircraft behind you. Can you push to the east?
Yeah, we can do that. So Lufthansa 745.
Lufthansa 745, stand 26, push solid approved face east.
Push shall approved to face east. Lufthansa 745. Key thing with pushbacks is just make sure. So there, he may have meant that I was clear. I could have read that back as a clearance, but he wasn't. It wasn't 100%. So just be so sure, because it's when you is it pushback that people dent aeroplanes, put wings into tails, and all sorts. Now we're going to see what we can manage here. Let's do below the line. So failures are idle. Windows doors are closed. Let's get the beacon on. APU bleed on. I don't want econ flow, thank you. We'll get that transponder to transponder. Put the FO to flight plan. Right below the line, windows doors are closed. Beacon is on. Mobile phones off. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake is set. So we want to face east. We're currently facing north. So our nose is going to go to face east, which is what we expected. I suppose he just wants us to work it out. So here's my plan. This is a great thing, this tool. I think if we go to here.
875, request clearance to Nürnberg.
As long as he doesn't let the next one go.
Tom 875, report your stand number and aircraft type, please.
Tom 875, I'm not in an A320 NEO, but I can't remember the...
I think that's our plan. Look at that. If that works.
Okay, stand by, I'll get back to you shortly. Brake easy, 62.
Brake released. Away we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Let's see if this works. I'm excited.
Bristol Ground, do we want to let the birthday boy go first?
Clock's running. Dave Jr., thank you very much for your $5 donation. Really appreciate it.
Need more information than that, what's that?
The controller's not aware.
Not sure what his call sign is.
Yes, I'm aware. Yeah, you can taxi Holly Point Zulu 1.
Fantastic. Dave Jr., thank you so much for your $5 donation. Really appreciate it, Dave. Oh no, we lost our colleague there. That's a shame. Dave says, congrats on 1 year. I joined after getting FS 2020 and not understanding autopilot. Now I'm 100% ToLiss 321 with the full TCA set. Thanks for all the help. That's great to hear, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Thank you so much for that donation. Really kind of you. Really appreciate it. And that's very kind. Look how good we've got on the pushbacks, eh? This is... I'm really pleased with that. But thank you very much, Dave. Really kind of you. Really appreciate it. And that's great to hear you've been enjoying the ToLiss. It's great that people have gone both ways. We've had people get Flight Simulator and we've had people come with X-Plane, so that's fantastic. Now I'm assuming he wanted us to go back onto the main taxiway. And he may have wanted us to go in there. I'm not entirely sure. I should have asked that. Let's get those engines started before we cause too many problems. So master switch to ignition. Air pressure starting at number 2. Darren Fox, thank you so much for your £10 donation. Really appreciate it, Darren. Darren says, congrats on your cake day. Been a lurker since the start and love your content. I've learned so much from you. Keep it up. Thanks, Darren. Really kind of you. Really appreciate the donation. And thank you so much for coming along to the stream today. Very kind. Captain Bagel says, is it finally time for your FO to become captain? Yeah, they should do, but they haven't bothered to come along today. There we go. There we go. Ignition. All looking good. Forget how slow it is on these engines.
Amazon 793.
Tom 875.
So thank you again, Darren, for your £10 donation. Really appreciate it. Hayden J. Robbins, thank you very much, Hayden, for your £6.42 donation. Really kind. Hayden says, double bubble dono for your anniversary. Thank you for everything. Hayden, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along to the stream today. And thank you for your support over the last 3 months. Thank you, Hayden. Really kind. And Darren and Dave, thank you all. Really appreciate it. And I may have missed one in the Streamlabs. Let's make sure I haven't missed anything. Perfect. No, thank you so much, guys. Really kind. Right, we could get in trouble here in a second. I have a horrible feeling he didn't want us on this taxiway. Anyway, let's start engine number 1. So, switch forwards. Chrono again. And brake set. Hear that PTU running. Engine spooling up. There you can see.
Second person after the Lufthansa 1073 who's
There we go.
Amazon 793, stand 28.
John says, have to give a big tip to the tug driver. Yeah, you would. That is really impressive driving. But yeah, thanks for coming along. And he says, I came with X-Plane, staying with X-Plane. Yeah, fair enough, absolutely. Goodbye, ground crew. Simflyer, thanks for coming along.
5061 Amazon 793.
Amazon 793, route back correct and report your stand number, please.
Chris Lewis says, next game should be Aircraft Tractor Simulator. Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, you are, don't worry.
Pushback chest. Yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the pushback. I was pretty pleased with that. So who was it saying the birthday boy? Evening, Crows Moon. Good to see you. I hope you're doing very well. Are you getting lag? I'm sorry. I'm trying. I don't know what else to do. The internet. I've got the bitrate hopefully high enough for it. It looks. Yeah, relatively okay. But yeah. Johannes B. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along. I hope you're doing well. Benny says, look at who the ground controller is. Aha! There we go, Benny. Thanks for coming along, Benny, and thanks for your help controlling. You're doing a fantastic job with what is a complete mess. We've done this. Last time we did Bristol as a group, it was something else. Absolutely something else. We were in a huge queue. Anyway, right, I should help things by not sitting there doing that. Let's do our after start flow. So they've gone. That switch goes to normal. AP bleed off. Don't need the AP for departure. Let's arm those ground spoilers. Set the flaps to 3. Set the trim. 28.4. Yeah, about right. There we go. And let's run the after start checklist. After start anti-ice is indeed off. VCAM status is checked. Pitch trim is 28% set. Rudder trim is, just click it just in case, at 0. We are ready for taxi. Thank you very much for your very kind donation to Dhananjay Suresh. Thank you for the $10 donation. Really kind. Dhananjay says, for all the amazing videos you've been making, they've been more than helpful. Happy anniversary for the channel. Keep the videos coming. Thanks so much, Dhananjay. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along to all the videos. And I know you've been coming along very regularly recently, so thank you. And thanks for that very kind donation. Really appreciate it. Right, let's get out of the way. Lufthansa 745, request taxi.
Lufthansa 745, taxi to holding point, Bravo X-ray via Zulu and Bravo.
Holding Bravo X-ray via Zulu and Golf, Lufthansa 745.
Ready for push and start when you're ready.
Right, all stations, it's a 2-minute delay for departure.
There's Bravo X-ray. Bravo X-ray, so long, and Bravo.
2 aircraft on push, and then they'll go, and then I'll release another 2.
Sorry to everyone waiting for us. Let's get out of the way. Thanks so much, Dhananjay, again. Thank you, Lucas. Lucas says, hey, Captain, my first time ever donating to a stream, but for your cake day, it's an easy call. Hope to see you in Canada soon so I can come along. Great to hear you've been enjoying the videos, Lucas. Really appreciate that. It's very kind of you to take the time to donate, and thanks so much. I hope you're doing well in Canada. We are planning to go to Canada soon, and we will have to stream there, absolutely. But thank you for your very kind donation. Really appreciate it. And here we go, getting out of the way. Go fly behind us. Absolutely love the ToLiss. It's such a great add-on. But thank you, Lucas. Really kind. And thanks for coming along and your kind donation. Thank you for Alberto for your 2,500 CLP. That is another new one to me. I'm really sorry, but thank you so much. Really appreciate the donation, Alberto. And thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoy the stream. And yeah, really kind of you. Thank you. I hope you're doing very well today. Let's see what yeah. Right, let's do our brake check. All looking good. Pressures down here stay at 0. And it's time for some flight controls, I think.
Bristol ground Amazon 793 also ready for start.
Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. And just a bit of rudder. Full right. Full left. Neutral. And now the FO would do that one. Simflyer says, I'm GoFly01 behind you. Aha, I see. Thank you, Simflyer.
Tom 875.
But thank you again, Lucas. Thank you, Alberto. Really appreciate Alberto, and I hope you're enjoying it today. Right, we're going to Bravo X-ray. It's probably going to be, yeah, pretty soon on the right. Probably this first one on the right. Glad we went flap 3. Glad we went flap 3 for this one. Look at all those flaps. Double slotted flaps on the 321 as well. To help get us extra lift out of it. Thank you, Robert Barema. Thank you for your €5 donation. Really kind, Robert. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing very well today. And yeah, thank you for taking the time to come along. And thank you for your very kind €5 donation. I hope you're doing very well. CLP is the Chilean peso. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Chilean peso, fantastic. Yeah, someone viewing from Chile. Brilliant. Look at the way the... it's funny, isn't it? These aileron, the roll spoilers don't all come up on the 321 when you roll. You'll notice this one comes up a little bit. Why that is, I don't know. But yeah, fantastic modelling as ever by ToLiss. But yeah, thank you very much, Roberto, for your donation, and everyone else, of course, Alberto as well. Thanks for your Chilean pesos. Oh, am I squawking? I think we are. Yeah, the VATSIM seems to like you to squawk before you push back, which is not how I'm used to it being, but that seems to be the way to make VATSIM a bit more friendly towards you, or not friendly, but a bit more helpful for them. Toga, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along. Very kind of you to say. Right. So sorry, could you repeat for Lufthansa 745?
Lufthansa 745, thanks for causing mayhem, and I love your streams. Contact Tower 133.850. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much. Yeah, we're getting pretty bad at habit of doing this, but thanks so much. And 123.85 Lufthansa 745. Goodbye. Fantastic. Thank you. Right, here is Bravo X-ray. That's the holding point we want. I've got the nose wheel on the tiller, so let's swing it around. Let's just stop here, run our checklist. I don't want to tell Tower we're ready to go when we aren't. Bit of a tight turn, but we can have a good effort at it anyway. Don't have to be perfect. I think I won't go any further forward than that. There's the parking brake. How does that look? Yeah, that's not bad. We're going to block the taxiway either way. Right, frequency was 133.85. Very nice controller, Benny, looking after us. That's fantastic. So, yeah, absolute mayhem, as you can imagine, for them. Dr. Dan Nahu said, I read that the A321 wing is the same size, if not smaller than the 320. It's not smaller than the 320, but it does have the same wing. It just has slightly adjusted flaps and a few other things. But, yeah, otherwise it's basically the same. So that's why you get slightly odd speed sometimes. The 321 sometimes needs to fly quite fast, especially when you load it up, because it's quite a heavy wing loading, especially compared to, for example, the 319. Right, Joseph Mitchell, so sorry I missed your donation. Thank you, Joseph. Joseph says, happy birthday, here's to many more. Thank you, Joseph, really appreciate it. Your $16.39 donation, really kind, Joseph. Thank you for supporting the channel so much over the last year, Joseph, and thanks for coming along to yet another stream, and I hope you're doing very well, and I hope you enjoy this one. But yeah, I hope you come along to many more and enjoy them. Great to see you here. Right, before takeoff checks, flight controls checked, flight instruments are checked, briefing is confirmed, flap setting config 3 up there, and check it again in here, config 3 in here. That's what we wanted. FMA and takeoff data are 135, 138 climb, and Navigblue 152, 6,000 feet armed for our takeoff. Transponder is set to TARA. There we go. And what we would also do, of course, is our max auto brake takeoff config. And let's ding dong the cabin crew. Transponder is set, ECAM memo, takeoff no blue. Next one is below the line, which we'll do when we're ready to go. But yeah, thank you again, Joseph, for that very kind donation, and to everyone else. Right, I think we are ready to go. So let me just check I am on the right frequency. I've embarrassed myself before. 133.85. Okay. And now we can say ready for departure, because we are. Bristol Tower, good evening. Lufthansa 745, Bravo X-ray, ready for departure.
Lufthansa Bristol To Nürnberg, hello, via Bravo X-ray, surface winds 350 degrees, 15 knots, 27, clear takeoff.
Thank you. Clear takeoff runway 27, Lufthansa 745. Fantastic. So clear on the approach. No one on TCAS that we can see getting in the way. Engines are most certainly warm, so don't need a timer. Let's get all those lights on. Strobe lights can come on. Landing lights on. Those lights take off. Let's have a good look around. And we're going on the runway. Let's go. Warren Smith, thank you so much for your $23.99 donation. Really generous. Thank you, Warren. I hope you're doing very well. Thanks for coming along and supporting the stream so many times as well. Warren says, a little token of thanks for all you do for the channel. Feel free to put this towards new aircraft scenery, maybe some beers to celebrate. It's an honor to share my birthday with your channel. All the best. Captain Wazza. Oh, there we go. Captain Wazza from the Discord. Happy birthday to you, Warren, or Captain Wazza. Thank you so much for being a part of this channel and community, and thank you for that very generous donation. Yeah, that's it all goes towards the channel. That's really, really appreciated. And yeah, happy birthday to you. I hope you enjoy that fantastic looking book on the 757 and the new headset. All makes a big difference to flight simming. But yeah, really appreciate the donation. Very kind, Warren. Really, really generous. And thanks for being a part of the community. Very kind. Right. Yeah, really, really appreciate it, Captain Wazza. So, we are clear for takeoff. I'm not going to do a rolling takeoff today, just because we're starting slightly up on the runway. I'm going to do a stops takeoff.
Go flight 01. I told you if you can hold Alpha X-ray if you wish, but Bravo X-ray is also fine. I'll hold Alpha X-ray. Roger.
Okay. Just I don't want to waste any runway. Now, there's nothing wrong. A rolling takeoff doesn't even need different performance figures. It's all in our heads as pilots, because if you're already moving, obviously that's an advantage. But we are now going to do below line. Cabin is secured. Engine mode select is to normal. TCAS is TARA. Packs are both going to be on for this one. Let's go. Right. Here we go then. Takeoff. 50% on the N1s. Impossible with EPR gauges, but there we go. Let's bring up that PFD so we can see what we're doing. Half side stick forward. Brakes released. 2 clicks forward. Man flex 34. SRS runway. And off we go. Yeah, this is great scenery. There's all that traffic around us. Sorry, everyone. We got out first. The controller sorted it out for us. 8700, there we go. Side stick to neutral. Feel that wind from the right. Pretty northerly crosswind, really. Typical. V1 and rotate. Up we go. No rotate law in this one, but no problem. Releasing that rudder as we get in the air. Nav. Positive climb. Gear up. Yeah, VLS wouldn't have normally jumped up like that.
Requesting departure. Go flight 01, roger, line up 27.
And
Line up 27, go flight 01.
let's get that nose down a little bit. Away we go. Fantastic. Everyone's wishing Warren happy birthday. Fantastic. I hope you have a good one. Autopilot 1. Thanks for looking after us. And 122.8. That's 245. Bye-bye. Right. There we go then. Thrust climb, climb auto thrust. Lowering the nose. Pretty heavy takeoff, as you can see. We're actually well below F, so we have to wait a little bit. As I said, we've got the Orbex scenery. So traditional. It used to be more of a traditional on the channel. We've missed it out in a while. Departure flyby. There's all the traffic. I hope you guys don't spend too long having to wait to get in the air behind us. Cool, doesn't look like we're moving much, does it? Gear is definitely up. Right, we are above the F and accelerating, so flaps can come in 2 notches. So stage 1. Grace the Moon says, got out first. I should have been there. We made a good race. We make a good race. Yeah, exactly. We did well today, Grace the Moon. Mateo says, 50% N1 is impossible with EPR. So relieved there's no shame in saying that. No, it is. No, EPR. Well, I don't even look at EPR when I'm trying to set 50%. What we do, or I do, is somewhere around the T and the H, I set the little notch here in the real aircraft. It doesn't quite work as well in X-plane as the real airplane. But yeah. And around the turn we go. 1228. We'll monitor them. We're going to get auto flap retraction. Yeah, so yeah, no, there's no way EPR. I don't know any pilots that use EPR. The only plane that had quite there was one airplane that had EPR that I quite liked. Right, there we go. Above the S, flaps to 0. Slats are retracted. Sorry, the flappers retracted anyway. The slats are now coming in. We're in the climb phase, 250 knots. After takeoff, climb check. Landing gear is indeed up. Flaps are, let's just check they come in, retracted. Packs are both on. Time to go up to a flight level, really. We're cruising today at 350. It's not a long flight, so I don't want to waste it. So let's do that now. So open climb, set standard. We got standard on both sides now. So it says it down here. We're going to flight level 350 out blue, which is all armed. Away we go. Bristol did, or does, have, you know, heavy 321s do go in and out of Bristol, taking people off on holiday. There we go. It's not bad, is it? Every time I see screenshots of your guys' ortho and your guys' X-plane, I always get quite jealous. They look fantastic compared to mine. But I am thinking of getting X-Shade. I do find that X-Plane has this sort of washed out look to it that I can't get rid of. So I'm hoping X-Shade may solve that, but we'll see. I haven't tried it yet. And there's some traffic behind us. Can we see them? There they go. That's the Go Fly. Controller's doing a great job. Anyway, below line barrier F, it's on standard, and off we go. Thank you again, Captain Wazza, and again, happy birthday. Really appreciate it. Tom says, I wish the detents were placed a little more realistically on the TCA. Yes. Yeah, proportionally, the TCA seems to have, a wider range set for between these detents more than it does. And I agree. I think the detents should be a bit further forward on the TCA. There's no point having them like they are, I don't think, but still. Thorsten says, thank you for the time, for all the time and excellent tutorials. Unbelievable, it's already 1 year ago. Yeah, thank you, Thorsten. Really appreciate it. And yeah, I agree. I can't believe it's been a year. I really didn't expect to be here in a year. Doing this, I expected to be busy flying, but it's not how it's worked out. But it's been great fun anyway. And thank you guys for being a part of it. And this is, I never thought I'd stream either. When I started making these videos, I was expecting to. Look at that. Great view of Bristol. Fantastic. We're going to go right over Filton now. There it is. Brilliant. A lot of history of aviation down there. MacPack says, in the A320, is it usual for V1 and VR to be very similar? I never get more than 1 knot difference. Yeah, it is. Unless you've got a really short runway, it's very rare. So I'm talking less, you're looking at 2,000 meters. If you're flying from an international airport, it's not that common to need a split. 321 a bit more common, but yeah, 320, no, it's fine. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's go 10,000 feet. Go to airport. Oh, yeah. These should have come off. Oh, dear. That was terrible. Too busy talking. That would have come off when the flaps went to 0. And now the landing lights can come off. Seatbelts can come off. I'll go to airport on my side, just see what's around. Gives me a little bit of awareness. Although we can't fit into all of those, I'm pretty sure. We'll go to RadNav now. The airplane has successfully taken us off that SID. I don't need it. Honolly's going to automatically tune anyway. Secondary, I'm just going to copy the active. The return is still possible, I suppose, but we've made it up to 11,000 feet, so hopefully not. And anyway, it's not too difficult. Oh, and we are joined now by the first officer. She's decided it's time to come to work. A bit late, though. A little bit late to work today. No, she's not going to talk. But she is here. You're right. One day she'll walk over the keyboard. There you go. No, she may even be leaving any second. Simflyer says, thanks for flying from Bristol. It's where I'm from. Is Bristol fantastic? Yeah. Oh, I do like flying from Bristol. I quite like flying from these slightly more regional airports on the channel. It does make it easier for air traffic control. Bristol's one of the worst ones just because it's of the way the taxiway is formatted. It makes it really difficult for them to get us all out. But we've done Birmingham, which was very good as well. Yeah, time for the promotion for the FO. Yeah, indeed. Maybe she's the captain. That is a good point. How would you know, eh? How would you know? Mate Tango says, as soon as you mentioned your FO, my cat popped ahead from behind the curtain. Fantastic. Yeah, they know. They always know these things. There's the traffic behind us, Simfly UK, following us along. We're only doing Costa X5, so pretty leisurely for our cruise today. We're flying real time, so we get the full effect of the sun setting, and we'll probably be arriving in the dark into Nürnberg. Hayden J. Robbins asking if I've spotted the significance. Let me check. £6.42 double. It was double bubble dono for your anniversary. So that is 3 to. Is that meant to be 320 times 2? Is that the double bubble? I didn't get it at first. My brain, as I said, my brain can't work at any sort of lateral thinking when I'm streaming. It does terribly. But thank you very much, Hayden. I think I've cracked it. But thank you. Checkpoint says the FO is secretly the VIP. That's why the BMW is in the thumbnail. Yeah, that BMW has caused a lot of speculation. Alberto says you should try flying around the Chilean south and its lakes regions. Beautiful scenery as well as Patagonia. I can't imagine. It must be stunning. Yeah, we'll have to do that. Yeah, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We did our first sort of away day. We did a Caribbean flight, which was great fun, and we flew to Bonaire in the CIJ. So we can definitely go and do some more flights down there. My X-Plane scenery is pretty much all default, so I think we have to use that. Use Microsoft Flight Simulator for those. I've recently, with all the liveries stopped working, and I think I need to adjust them or update them in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But like I say, even my recording wasn't going very well with it earlier. Dr. Darren Nahu says, I finally managed to train my cat not to jump on my laptop, so now he just quickly slaps my screen in defiance. Yeah, they always find a way. It's about the attention more than it's about the result. Vanraj says you should try Heathrow once. We did Heathrow once for the long haul, but yeah, we should probably go back. They could probably handle our input. The only struggle would be the fact we all go to the same place. Thank you very much to Matt Lundell for your $11.81 donation. Really kind. Thank you very much, Matt. Happy 1 year anniversary, and thanks for all the great streams. Greetings from Stockholm. Fantastic. Really appreciate it, Matt. I hope you're doing well in Stockholm. Lovely part of the world. I can't wait to go back. I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, really appreciate the donation. Very kind of you, and I hope you're doing very well. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, you guys far too generous as always. Right, Avid tab. We're going to get rid of these charts, and we're going to Nuremberg. There it is. 1028 ILS. Oh, localizer only on 28. Ah, that's interesting. That is interesting. What did I put in here? No, this reckon's got an ILS. Let's find out. Arrival. Aitres. Now, they may not use this. We shall see. But that brings us to Echo Romeo Lima. Approach. Ah, there goes an ILS on both ends. Nothing too shocking. Right, so we've gone via DOD 28, which is not this transition. Because as you can see, this would be the radio one. We've got the Fancy Pants new RNAV transition. Let's see if we can find that. That's probably in arrival. Thank you very much, Felix, for your subscription. I hope you're doing well. There we go, ERL transition. So this is... is that what we're doing? DOD 28. Oh, it's amazing how complex this has become these days, trying to find the right arrival one. Captain Bagoff says, oh, you think you own a cat? No, the cat owns you. Yeah, there you go. Agreed. Thank you for your subscription as well to Derek and to Simon. Yeah, we may pass 41,000 today. There we go. That would be a nice, a great milestone to reach. Samuel says, would love to see an easterly approach into London City. Yeah, London City is definitely, I'm definitely thinking about it. Just got to choose an aeroplane. Airbus can do it, but with quite a few modifications. CJ says the fly-by-wire is now its own airplane rather than an add-on for the default 320. So yes, you need to download all deliveries again. I understand there is a classic Manta 2.0 coming soon. Ah, there we go. I know 8455 has done a great job converting their deliveries already as well. So that'll be the 1980 Manta coming soon. But yeah, we'll get that sorted. Someone said potato. Am I broadcasting on Unicom? No, we're not, thank goodness. Right. Not at our level off yet. Let's do this. Let's just leave that up. Yeah, so this is the sort of the difficult part of the video I've been trying to make. .28. Let's see if we can find that. .s. There we go. RNAV. Found it. Which ties up. Here we go. Let's do it. Fill that screen. So it goes airtrace, .as, and then from .as, which is our clearance limit, we're going to go down to DN422. This is becoming quite typical at particularly German airfields use systems like this. You go to Frankfurt and they'll send you on an arrival like this that doesn't even match up to the runway you're landing on, which makes it really hard to work out. But this is very common, especially when it's busy. The reason is they can send us all the way along here. They know that we're flying to each of these waypoints. If they think, you know, oh, I could actually speed up to the Lufthansa 745, they'll send us from DODAS to 426 direct, something like that. But if they want us as slow as possible, they'll say, no, follow the whole thing. And then instead of making us hold, they can make us fly along like this and sequence us in. And then if there's suddenly a gap, they can turn us in here. So it makes it very flexible for air traffic control. So I think that's a reasonable attempt. The DODAS to Bravo transition. Sorry, DODAS to 8 transition. Yeah. This is, sadly, I love these sorts of, because look at that. You go straight out from the VOR, track 128, then you go to 13.1 miles from the VOR, right turn, and set the localizer. Brilliant. So simple. So, you know, it's like an old wooden puzzle compared to this. I sound like such an old person now, but compared to this newfangled waypoints that are just, yeah, they're fine. But the problem with this is as well, it's hard to judge your track miles. You can be here, air traffic control won't have told you anything, so you'll be flight level 80, and then they might say, right, Osnab, Cledares, and then, you know, you've lost all of this. And the opposite side of that is you could be here nice and low, ready to cut in, and then they just let you fly the whole thing, and they don't often tell you exactly how many miles to expect. So that's my whinging done. There we go. It looks like Simfly is going to overtake us potentially. Already 1,500 feet above. We are running pretty heavy today. 29 FPS. Yeah, it's dropping as we fly over South UK. Anyway, there we go. That is the plan pretty much. Once we are up there, we'll talk about the rest of it. Here's the airport for those of you who don't know it. 28 in. And there's the parking stands. Unhelpfully, the wrong way around. There we go. Right. Thank you very much. Yes, Papa. Yes, Papa has already done so much for the channel and the Discord. Thank you for your 13.91 donation. Yes, Papa. I hope you're doing very well. Yes, Papa says, thank you for all the work you've put in over the year. When I bought the ToLiss, I was stuck. Sorry about that noise. That was the FO problems here. Right. Yeah, yes, Papa says, thank you for all the work you've put in over the year. When I bought the ToLiss, I was stuck on what to do. Your videos helped massively. Again, I couldn't thank you enough. Happy anniversary. That's really kind. Thank you so much, yes, Papa. And as I said, you put in so much work into the channel and the Discord. The Discord is fantastic. It feels like yesterday when we basically came in with a sledgehammer and demolished the Discord. I think whilst there were a lot of people chatting. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's Captain Wazza. Sorry, not Captain Wazza. There is Simflyer. Zoom in. I don't know how they're going that fast. Because we are already doing... I suppose we could be a bit faster. 1,000 feet below. But yeah, thank you so much, yes, Papa. Thank you for your... no, we're going to get TCAS. Alright, let's keep an eye out. So one pilot would have to announce they have control. They'd say TCAS, I have control. And the reason they do that is we want to make sure that we know who's going to then react on the side stick if we need to. You can see they've appeared as yellow on here. Now they're back to white beneath us. But yeah, thank you again to Yes Papa, and thanks for your work. Yeah, but Yes Papa has just been so invaluable, setting up the bots, setting up the authentication on the Discord, and all these other really great features that we absolutely needed to get the Discord to where it is. And now it's really grown into this real, I think it's a thriving community, and I'm very proud of it. I've always said it's one of my things I'm most proud of about the channel is the atmosphere on the Discord is so enjoyable. So yeah, thank you for all your work on that. Thank you again for your very kind donation. And it's great to hear I helped you out with the ToLiss, yeah. Okay, I think Simflyer's headed away. There's the south coast. And there we go. There's Heathrow. ATAT says, watching V1 Simulations channel on you, 321 and 737 Classic, great evening. Fantastic. I'm very impressed with people who manage to. I struggle with well, I suppose yeah, watching my screen and also the chat is always too much work for me, even on this. Bacon Warrior, thank you very much for your £5 donation. Really appreciate it, and that's a great little give. Little Fox saying, this is #1. Thank you so much, Bacon Warrior. Really appreciate it. And thanks for being a big part of the channel. Thanks for your help on the Discord as well. And yeah, thank you for your very kind donation. Gas says that no. Yeah, that'd be first in flight. Zooming ahead. Mickey's posting a cat pic now. Excellent. Yeah, we have a special cat channel on there, or any pets that you have. Simfly UK borrowed some of Richard Branson's biofuel to get ahead of us. There you go. Off the Ice says, just started making content for myself. How long did it take for you to gain some traction? Well, the first few videos I put up, they got a few views, which was lucky really, because there's nothing to say you have to get any views. You could easily get none. So we're very lucky. But then I was just uploading quite regularly, and the same name started to crop up in the comments, like Richard V and others, and that was it. That was the motivation I needed to just keep going. But we've been going in gear, just for context. It took us the first sort of 6 months, I think, to get to 1,000 subscribers. Not that it matters, but it's nice sometimes to pass these milestones, definitely. Thor, thank you very much for your $15 donation. Really appreciate it. Very kind. Thor says, congratulations to you on your anniversary. Thanks to you and everyone for contributing to a great place to soup up more and more aviation tidbits of knowledge. Thank you so much, Thor. Really kind. That is a really generous donation. Thank you. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing very well, and thank you for supporting the channel so many times over the last few months. And yeah, thanks for coming along. Great to have you, and thanks for that very kind donation. Flight Hill says, thanks for your nice streams from EHAM. Excellent. Yeah, we've been to Amsterdam before. We will have to go back again soon. I want to go and use our very own checkpoint scenery there. Our dusk and evening in X-Plane is just super. I hope our frame rates are acceptable. X-Plane, X-Pilot hasn't complained yet. Tom Corwin, thank you very much for your $5 donation. Really appreciate it, Tom. Tom says, thanks for your Airbus tutorials. You've converted to an Airbus fan. Much to the dismay of my ATP friend, who's a Boeing fanboy. Fantastic, Tom. Really, really glad to hear it. Really appreciate it. And yeah, thanks so much for coming along. And thank you very much for your very kind $5 donation. Really appreciate it, Tom. And I hope you're doing very well. And great to hear you've been enjoying the tutorials. Like I've always said, the Airbus was a confusing thing for me at first, and I just couldn't wait to hopefully help people out with it. And Alan Story, thank you very much for your £20 donation. Alan's been supporting us so much over the last few months as well. Great to have you here, Alan. I hope you're doing very well. And thank you so much for that incredibly generous donation, as always. And you've been so generous with the channel in general. So thank you, Alan. Alan says, hi, thank you for your loyalty to the Airbus. It's no real surprise you are as popular as you are with a huge following built up in such a short time. Best wishes for your real life flying. Then you can keep up both. Thank you so much, Alan. Again, really kind of you. Thank you for your support over the last year. Thank you for your very kind donations. And yeah, it's I hope the same. I hope to be having a bit of a balance between real flying as well as the YouTube flying. I absolutely love doing this, as I say, but I haven't flown for a fair while now, and it's definitely, I definitely missed it, and I hope to get back to doing that as well. But as I said, plenty more videos to come on the channel, and there's so many things I enjoy doing on the channel that I can't do in real life anyway. Some of that VFR flying and other aeroplanes and parts of the world we can't see. So yeah, absolutely love it. But yeah, thank you so much, Alan, for your £20 donation. Really kind. And thank you again to Thor and Yosi Mitchell and Warren and everybody. It's yeah, I don't know what to say. You guys are far too generous. Checkpoint says, don't use it at the moment. It's very work in progress and horrible. We're talking about Amsterdam. Okay, we'll be waiting. Mr. Moustache says, where is DCS? Really loved it when you flew the Tomcat. So, Mr. Moustache, that's great to hear. Thank you for saying so. I try not to use the channel too much for things that I just, you know, people subscribe for certain things, and I try not to abuse that trust by uploading things that aren't related. However, I do a little bit. I put up videos of cinematics and so on, and part of the problem with DCS is I became so busy with these videos, and I know it's hard to believe because, you know, you think a video would only take a couple of hours, but some of these do take all day, even relatively simple ones, and it meant that I haven't got round to flying DCS as much as I would hope. However, I am still planning to do some more DCS stuff on the channel, and I absolutely love flying the Tomcat. I love it. I think the DCS flight model is possibly the best on the market as well. It's just so fun flying airplanes in it, and I'm hoping I can find a way to get those videos out to you. The other problem I've got is there's so many good DCS content, or so many good DCS YouTube channels, that my concern is that I can't see what I can add. However, if you guys would like me to do DCS videos, then that's a different matter, and I'll do them, absolutely. But, you know, if I do a cold and dark in the Tomcat, it's very much going to be me just talking about some of the comparisons and things like that. That's more where I come from, but I certainly not going to be a textbook guide. You've got some amazing channels out there. But yeah, if I can get away with some more DCS on the channel, if I can learn some new things with it. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the comment, Mr. Moustache. It's still here, it's still installed, and it's still, you know, just yesterday I was so close to just flying it around for the afternoon. Simflyer says, would your airline ever let you do videos like Mighty MKL? I don't know who that is. You'll notice it's very rare. There's so few that get to do that. And the ones that do, it's usually on very specific control. You know, there's a big difference between me talking about aviation with you guys and me representing my airline. And that's why I don't name my airline, because I'm not here to represent the airline or any other pilots that fly for it. Whereas if you do show your airline, then that's that. You know, so it's a big step. So I doubt it. I very much doubt it. So good to see you. Thanks for coming. Mr. Espresso says, I'm fantasizing about us chartering a real 320 for next birthday party, being in the air and you flying us to an island. Well, look, if we raise the funds to do that, we'll do that. I can't, as long as it's not painted up as my actual airline. We can paint it as a Manta one. Ralph says, I bought the F-14 just yesterday and I'm loving it. Fantastic, Ralph. And I bought the F-14 and I remember it took me a week before I even did a takeoff, but I was so happy when I did the takeoff. John says, I'd like a DCS one. Love that video. Okay, great. We had a DCS stream, and we had a DCS little montage, and we had a DCS river run. So we've only done 3 DCS videos, but I absolutely love it. They obviously don't resonate with everyone on the channel because a lot of people are here for their airliner sort of stuff, but I can understand that. Vati2 says, supper time in the Vati household. ATC number 1 changing chumping at the bits, but I'll be back before the butter. That's excellent, Vati2. So that brings me to my next one. I just want to say a big thank you. I got a very kind email/card. It came from, I believe it came from Victor Tango, but it was from signed by quite a few people, which is really, really appreciated. So I just want to say thank you. And Vati was on there, so thank you, Vati, for that card. Victor Tango, Matteo Chewy, Andy H1302, Dougal, Yes Papa, Swappy, Richard V, Bacon Warrior, Corrosive Moon, Paddy and Lord P, obviously Vati, Chick Point, Mr. Espresso, AC455 and Delta 1337. Thank you guys so much for your very kind card. Really appreciate it. I was going to put a thank you. I've been struggling to keep up with the thank yous on the Discord, but I meant to put one up on the Discord, but it's been a bit of a hectic day in the end. So what it did have on it was a great little approach checklist. So the approach checklist said 40,000 subscribers checked, move FO from lap checked, confirmed, rudder pedals do not step, briefing do, excuses by 1,000 for AGL, cabin report ding dong. So it was a great little checklist with a great card. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. And thank you very much, Vardin Koala, fantastic name, and thank you for your £4.99 donation. Really appreciate it, Vardin Koala. They say, happy first birthday, love your videos and streams. It's been great fun flying along and learning at the same time. Thank you so much, Vardin Koala. Really appreciate it. Really generous of you, and glad you've been enjoying it. It's been great fun for me. So thank you, very kind of you. Thanks for donating towards the channel. Oh, here we go into the breach. So that's 12957. But yeah, thank you very much, Vardin Koala. Really appreciate it. Victor Tango, thank you so much. Wow, goodness me, Victor Tango, for your $20.86 donation. Really appreciate it. Victor Tango says, Bon anniversario, Capitano. Thank you so much for all your work on the channel and sharing with us your passion for aviation. I can't believe it's been a year. No, I can't believe it either. Thank you so much for that. It's incredibly generous. Thank you, again, Vardin Koala and Victor Tango. And thank you. That's really generous, Victor Tango. And I really appreciate it. Thank you again for the card and for being such a helpful and enthusiastic part of the community. Very kind. And thank you for that donation. Really appreciate it. And I hope you're doing very well. And yeah, I'm looking forward to many more streams and adventures on the channel with you guys. Let's see if we can check in. Control, Lufthansa 745. We are flight level 350 to Conan. Brussels. There we go. As we found out recently, do not name them wrong. Better off not knowing than trying to use the wrong name. But yeah, thank you again for that very kind donation, Victor Tango. Really appreciate it. Bacon Warrior says, time for us 320 Sim Pilot's second channel. I've thought about it. I don't know whether I'd ever get enough content on it, but it's a possibility. Yeah. I feel like I could get away with DCS on this channel, but yeah, I have definitely thought about it. Dr. Onaho says, do whatever is fun for you. I'm sure most will be along for the ride and certainly the crashes. Yeah, there we go. And we did have some fun on that DCS stream. I remember we had to eject. So if I could set up scenarios better in DCS, but I've only got one scenario. However, I have got some more maps. So I think what I'd have to do is I need to just take a few days to just focus on that. Oh, there we go. It's a Boeing 777NG ATPL. Is that he flies? Oh no, he flies with Transavia, and the cinematic departure and approach videos. No, I haven't seen them. But there you go. Will P says, can't believe it's been a year since the channel started. It's been very professional, friendly, and so informative and interesting. Here's to many more videos. Thanks, Will P. Yeah, thank you. Dr. Stone now who says, we need a 320 Sim Pilot versus chat. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I know. And I had some amazing help from a viewer who's been helping me out in the Discord. I just never got around to it, so I can only apologise. Eboss says, yeah man, DCS, but I guess it'll be more of a chill out video, having some fun. Yeah, DCS is just for fun, exactly. Giuseppe, good to see you. Giuseppe Gaming from Twinfinite, the flight simulator and gaming magazine, online magazine website. Giuseppe says, just passing by to say congrats for the anniversary. Work's preventing me from watching the stream today. We'll watch it later. Fantastic, Giuseppe. Thanks for coming along. I hope you're doing well. And good to see you. Olive Live says, happy anniversary, most useful YouTube channel of the year. Fantastic. That's great to hear. Thank you so much, Olive. Al Bob says, hello, how are you doing? Sorry I'm late. I've just reached cruising altitude. Fantastic. Flying to Manchester. Good to see you here. Thor says, poor Danes being mistaken for the Swedes. Yes, the Danish and Swedes, yeah. Yeah, it was probably one of the worst mistakes I could have made. Epatha says, did you ever consider starting YouTube before the virus? So definitely considered. but I didn't have X-Plane until the virus. Put it that way. I had FSX, and I thought about it, but I knew I was running behind. And oh, there we go. And I knew FSX videos weren't really in favour anymore, and I never got round to buying the FS Labs for it. And you know, it when you're working full time on short haul, there's not always the time to do it. Definitely considered. Definitely liked making videos. I had made a few videos, but yeah, it wasn't until this that I actually uploaded. Noah Grownwood says, hey 320, my dad is also a 320 family pilot in real life. For BA, he is a captain. Fantastic, Noah. Thanks for coming along. I hope you're doing very well. And yeah, I hope your dad is doing very well as well. And obviously in Europe, so hopefully more flying for us in Europe very soon. But thanks for coming along, Noah, and great to have you here. Danny Roble, good to see you. Pavel says, I bought Microsoft Flight Simulator owing to your streams. Now I have to buy DCS as well. DCS is free. It's the aeroplanes that are expensive in DCS. But you get a map for free and a P-51 and some other airplanes. But I had to get the F-14. The DCS cinematic videos you see on YouTube, the official ones, but also other ones made by the fans, are just so good. They will always entice you to get to just get into it. Dr. Daranaho says, in honour of the F-14, can we fly inverted for a bit? Yeah, sadly it won't work. It won't work in normal law, but we'll be back. Okay, you guys are really pushing me. You're really lighting the fire under the F-14. Excuse the pun. Chris Moon says, download the plastic simulator P3D. Slide in $150 for the FS Labs. It still won't be worth flying that plane in such a bad simulator. There you go.
122.8, 114 Mike Juliet. Thanks, bye-bye.
Okay, we're passing Coxey overhead, or very close to Brussels. So, and there's Ostend. So, yeah, let's just do our final prep, really. Although, yeah, we've got a bit of a cruise. Quite nice, actually. This is quite a nice sector length. I used to do all flights like this, but
From 875,
we moved on.
holding forward 330.
There we go. Actually, let's go for a wing view. The wing textures are really good in this. What airplane is it? We flew an airplane recently that used EPR. The A350 used thrust percentage, which I did like. There was one plane with EPR. I think it's the 737-200 uses EPR, and I find that very clear. I don't know why I prefer it, but there we go. But yeah, Crows the Moon, I struggle with P3D. I know you need to, if you get all the right add-ons, P3D works great. But and I've got a friend who absolutely swears by it, and it does really well with it, and it actually looks fantastic. It almost looks as, I would say it's not, I don't think it's always as good as Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I think for the areas where there are scenery, you can get it looking really good. But I just can't invest in it now, and yeah, it's just not for me at this point. But Mr. Mustache says, I installed Voice Attack and Vicon Pro for the F-14 so I could communicate with Jetstar via my voice. Made the experience way better. Recommended. Oh, was that for us? No. Mr. Mustache, I also have Vicon Pro and Voice Attack, and I don't know how to make it work. I'm not going to lie. I have struggled so much to set up Vicom, so that's something I'm going to have to spend more time on. And that's what I mean about DCS. It's such a heavy time investment. Starting skies tonight. I agree, Simflat, absolutely. Thank you so much, Dan W, for your very kind $695 donation. Dan says, congrats on the 1 year. Love all the videos. Also, always so informative and fun to watch. Thanks so much, Dan. Really kind of you. Really appreciate it, and I hope you're doing very well. And thank you for that very generous donation. Really, really appreciate it. Yeah, very, very kind of you, Dan. I hope you're doing very well. Far too generous, far too generous. And I'm glad you find them fun to watch as well, Dan. I do sometimes worry. Crossy Moon says, yeah, the right add-ons, but are you ready to drop almost large seats? Yeah, no, exactly. Danny says, what's the longest flight you've flown? I get it if you'd rather not say. No, I've flown, I think, up to about 5 hours. Johannes B, thank you very much for your €10 donation. Really appreciate it, Johannes. Very kind. Johannes says, congratulations to 1 year. Keep up the great work. I'm looking forward to the next year of videos and streams. Thank you, Johannes. Thanks for flying along and being a part of the channel so much. And thank you for that very kind donation. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing very well. And yeah, thanks so much for coming along and being so generous. Stay warm, very good. Yeah, thank you again, Johannes. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Seth. Right. Let's finish this up then. So, plan and zoom in just to show you guys a complete situational awareness update. So from 30, we're eventually going to end up, there's our top of descent, Ritib, Comet, Aitres, Dodas. I'm going to select constraint on the EFIS control just so I can see the constraints, and there you go. So Dodas is there, Tess, Dodas, DN422. So you can see this is the RNAV part, we're skipping that. It says clearance limit, so unless our traffic tells us we can't go past it, minimum of 5,000 feet, possibly 80 by ATC. So Aitres to Dodas, we would enter the hold unless told otherwise. And then, this is all in the wrong order, but here we go, Dodas. I highly suspect this will be what they want us to do. In real life, it's what I would plan anyway, but maybe VATSIM they'll have a better or a different idea. But 422, 240 knots, 8,000 feet at DN45. So DN45, 8,000 feet, it wants us a flight of a 126. Now, this is what I was saying earlier. The box has planned us this route that takes us around all around the houses, basically, this long route. We're not going to fly all this, so this is too high. I want to be a beam the airfield lower so I have the chance to get in and land. Now, what's the elevation of the airport? It's 1,000 feet, so I normally want to be 7,000 feet, 250 knots, a beam the airfield. Now, as you can see, we're going to be 240 knots, so speed's good, but we're doing 126. So if they then cut us in, we're too high, and I hope they cut us in. However, it is really busy today. But what I can do, let's put in an altitude there. You guys knew this was coming. We've got to be above flight level 80 there. So that's 7,000 feet. So that's perfect. So why don't I just put in at 80. There we go. Gets rid of the plus. Now we return. And look at that. 4580. Now, it's not very efficient to do that, but it does mean we'll have the option to turn in. And it also helps me while I'm streaming because I can still hopefully keep the stream running while I do it. So, there we go. 240 knots, 1,000 feet above the runway at 45. Gives us the option. We can then cut in if we need to. That will then update our top of descent to be a bit further forward, a bit closer to us. Gives us a chance. Anyway, round we go, all the way to Osnab. 4,000 feet at Osnab, at Viat, down the ILS. Osnab, 4,000 feet. There's only 3,000 feet above the runway. Down we go. DME is with the ILS, which is good, 1091. So that should read 0 at threshold. All very normal. 3-degree approach. Great stuff. If we go around, climb on the radio 277 to nub to 9 nub, then a right turn all the way around 313 inbound to nub VOR. Climbing to 6,000 feet. There it is. It's a 3. Now that's terribly written. I'm not a fan of that. So you'll see it says onto R313, which you'd think would mean going northwest. 313 would be out there, but what it means is that radial, so you're doing the opposite. So the picture helps here. Straight ahead, 9 miles, right turn, background, 133 inbound to the VOR, into the hold. And then, if we want to fly another approach, probably radar vectors, but we could do it procedurally, head outbound. Right. There we go, a bit of a plan there. MSA 38, based on the nub VOR. Let's do that. Nub. Oh, no. Oh, what's going on there? Nub. 1575, there it is. That is this VOR. And we'll put in a 25-mile radius around it. Good, so that means it's 3,800 feet MSA when we get within that. No problem if we're being radar vectored, but we will keep, if we're being taken off that arrival and descended below 5,800 feet, then 3,800 feet, then we need to be careful that we are safe from terrain. If we're following the arrival, no problem, we can descend using these legs anyway. So flight plan we've done, RadNav, it will tune the ILS later, it's just a bit late in the ToLiss. EDDN, I've done all of this, and you know what I haven't done? The first thing you do is get the ATIS before you briefed all this, and I've forgotten that. Let me grab the ATIS now. Good, ILS approach 28, thank goodness, so that is a relief. So yeah, so let me just give you guys the information. They are using information Foxtrot at the moment. Runway 28, transition level 70, we'll update that in a second. There's a departure frequency. Wind is 280 at 10, so that's perfect for this runway. 10 kilometers visibility, so all looking very nice. QNH 1009, so it is low. No sig trends. Clouds a few 33. Temperature 0. Oh, it is cold in Europe. Yeah, even colder than UK, which I thought was pretty cold today. So right, EDDN 28 can go on the progress page. Performance page to come next. Thank you so much, Santiago Perez, for your $100 MX. Oh, so sorry, I won't get that one right. But thank you so much for your $100 MX. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Very generous, Santiago. And Santiago has been coming along to lots of the streams lately as well. So great to see you here again. Santiago says, congrats on your first year. I appreciate a lot the effort you put into your videos in the community. You make learning a pleasure, something not many people know how to do. And I seriously admire it. Thank you so much, Santiago. Really appreciate it. Very kind. There's your alert. Yeah, very, very generous. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a part of the community. Thank you for your very kind words. Really, really appreciate it. Mr. Espresso says, got DOLS transition but cannot enter in FMC for 2.8. That's interesting. It's not the arrival. So it's the Etret to Tango via DOLS 2.8. If that helps you guys with the setup, yeah. Yeah, again, this is a German airfield thing. There's a few. Frankfurt is another one where it gets quite confusing trying to do this part of it. Thank you again, Santiago, for your donation. Really kind. Mexican pesos. There we go, Mexican pesos. Thank you, Rasmus. And thank you, Santiago. Evening, Isaac Tipson. Good to see you here. Colin Hunt. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming along and thanks for saying so. Shamrock 1710. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Right, yeah, so we have, let me just get that sorted. So that's the ATIS for Nuremberg. So that all ties up. Good stuff. Right, so flight plan, RadNav, progress, perf. Let's finish the perf page. So let's put that QNH in, 1009. So it's a slightly low QNH. Transition level is therefore higher. So we've got transition level 70, not 50. Temperature is 0, very cold. It doesn't go below 0, by the way. -5 should just give us 0. Oh, no, it doesn't, this one. I'm thinking of something else. Ignore me. Yeah, there you go. It does go below 0. So wind is going to be 280 at 10. 280 at 10. Nice westerly breeze. MDA. It is going to be on this chart. Nope, this chart. I've got them all in the wrong order as ever. It is. I think it's possible to swap the charts across, but I don't know how. 1280. We are a Cat C airplane. There's only very few 321s that are Cat D, but there are some airplanes. I believe the CRJ 200 is a Cat D airplane because of its high approach speeds, because it doesn't have slats. You know, so there's some weird quirks to that. It's not just done on weight. The A380, I think, has very low approach speeds. Anyway, 1280, config full landing. 2,700 meters is quite fine, but we're landing on 2.8. Terrible departure points. None of them are high speed. They're all 90 degrees and backwards, so that is not ideal. I've never seen the taxiways quite like that. That's quite impressive. So what we're going to do is land, roll out. It's going to be busy. We'll go flat full, medium auto brake, and just come off wherever we need to. Off to the left. Finally, let's get that going altitude. 6,000 feet. That's fine for that. Fuel prediction, loads of extra time. Secondary, let's copy it over. Good, don't have much else to say about that. IFR profiles in Class E, that's fine. This is typical of German airfields. So a lot of this stuff is actually in uncontrolled airspace. You don't get that in the UK, but in Germany it's a relatively common thing. So what it means is VFR traffic can be unknown to air traffic and they can just come out and fly around in the way of this. It's quite remarkable. It's very unusual. But it's a very known thing in Germany. So you can have gliders and all sorts around. Piano Learner says, are those zigzag approaches common? There was another one of these that you did on the stream a few months back. Yeah, they're very common these days. Yeah, lots of airports. Or you'll see another version where instead of all of this, it'll be like that, and then there'll be a great big arc of RNAV points. Dublin being a classic example of that. Mr. Darren Naho says, with the A320 XLR and LR coming, do you think it will be comfortable for pilots to fly 8+ hours without relief? If you're doing over 8 hours, I'm imagining there would be a relief pilot. However, I don't know. That would depend on each individual company. Was that us? Hopefully not. Let's go back to airport. No. However, yeah, you could do it. People fly back across the Atlantic with just 2 pilots all the time, but on bigger airplanes. But when there's 2 pilots, there's no one can go to the bunk. It means that one of the pilots will have their rest in the seat. Yeah. Ollie Nat says, I'm catching up to you. I better slow down and let you land first. And happy anniversary. Thanks, Ollie. And yeah, we're not going that fast today, but we're giving ourselves a bit of room. I get the impression we could be told or sequenced by air traffic control. Quite a small airport, it's going to be hectic, says Simflight. Yeah, I agree. I agree. If we look on the ground. Thank you very much, Danny Roble. Danny, thank you, Danny. Danny's supported the channel a lot. Danny says, oh, very kind, $14.80 donation, really generous, Danny. Danny says, I've been paid double hours today at work because of Easter, so happy anniversary. That's really generous of you, Danny. Thank you so much. And I hope your work was relatively painless for you and easy to do. But thank you for that very generous donation, really kind. And I hope you're doing very well. Thanks for coming along again, Danny.
Fox Whiskey crashed, apparently flight control problem.
Alright. Nova 447 Lima, contact Amsterdam 125.075.
Let's pick up the parking chart. Yeah, yeah, quite busy. We shall see. It has Pappy on the left-hand side. Yeah, okay. I haven't actually been here, so I'm hoping we get a relatively normal-looking approach when we get there. Oh yeah, X-Plane really looks great at this time of day. Yeah, the airport is pretty tiny. Simon C says, do you ever fly VFR on VATSIM with touch and go, traffic patterns, exit points, reporting traffic, orbits, etc.? In my opinion, that's the most fun part of flying, and VATSIM simulates it well. I've not done VFR on VATSIM. I've done VFR videos. I could do a VFR stream. It's definitely an option where I do it on VATSIM and take it a bit more seriously. We did the Twin Otter yesterday, which we did a little bit fun, but yeah, that could definitely be an option. Plus, it must be time for a VFR group flight soon. John says, John just battered the CRJ into Mallorca. The AP was playing up, so I'm relieved. Yeah, very good. Excellent, John. Dougal, thank you, Dougal, very much. That's incredibly generous, Dougal. I hope you're doing very well. Thank you for your $27.81 donation. I'm imagining that could be, is that £20? That's very kind of you. Thanks so much, Dougal. Dougal says, huge congrats on the year, my friend. Apologies for absence. I'll bring my sick note next time. You have been such an inspiration to so many in this mad year. Please keep it up. And Dougal, thank you so much. Dougal contacted me right at the start when my channel was absolutely tiny, and he was talking to me about the Simwings project, and was incredibly helpful right from the start, and has put in loads of time with us. And yeah, thanks so much, Dougal. Thank you for that incredibly generous donation. I hope you feel better soon. We're all wishing you very well, and thank you for being a part of the community and such a driving force behind plenty of channels Dougal's involved with, and such a nice community over at Simwings as well, a fantastic little community as well. So yeah, thank you, Dougal. Really appreciate that donation. And as ever, the Simwings oh, that's not good. Oh no, good. They've sent me a message. Very kind. I've ignored, I missed the message from Unicom. Sorry, Lufthansa 745. Thank you very much. 1228. Bye bye. There we go. Do I have to write it back in the chat? Let me just write that back to them. But yeah, so thank you so much, Dougal. Really appreciate it, and I hope you're getting better soon. Very kind. Evening, all, Matt Haynes. Good to see you. Ramraj says yes, VFR stream, please. Okay, good to know. Yeah, sounds like a relatively popular idea. What time are we supposed to be landing? Oh, we're doing it live time. I can look in here for once. Ooh, wow. I'm going to have a late dinner tonight. I didn't quite realise. Landing at 8:30. Yeah, I didn't think this one through, did I? Not very well in the timings. But that's alright. That's going to be like a, 8:30 dinner. Lauren V, good to see you. Sorry about that, guys. Just sorting something out. But yeah, there we go. So that time is a little bit pessimistic, I think. I think we'll shave some of that off because we're not going to fly around that whole arrival. So maybe I'll get dinner a little bit earlier. But yeah, so VFR stream sounds like a possibility, certainly, which is great. Not much traffic in Nürnberg since Berlin went bankrupt, says Leopold. Oh, there you go. So that's why they hopefully are encouraging some traffic. Lauren V says maybe we could do VFR on VATSIM in the US, since you can do just about whatever you want in our airspace. Yeah, the American airspace for VFR is meant to be excellent. Everyone who flies VFR in the UK and then flies in America just says how much better it is. Fabrizio says I'd really like a VFR VATSIM stream. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I'm only just getting my head back around VFR flying, so that's something I'll definitely need to work on. But yeah, sounds good for the future. It's an RNAV arrival, Nick, but an RNS for landing. When are we descending? We are descending in... There you go. 80 miles. Not long. Not long at all. Top of descent. 1855. 10 minutes. A 7.2 descent is a little bit depressing. I don't want to descend at decimal 7.2. That is slow. That is really slow. Let's do, what are we doing now? We're doing decimal 7.6. So let's descend at decimal 7.6/290. These descent speeds are always a little bit funny to me. So now I've put that in, it will replan that descent, update that top of descent marker, and we'll descend just a little bit faster. It seems to slow down straight away. Possibly for a constraint. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to have taken that. We shall see what happens. Oh no, do not do that. Good. Totally fixable if we do, but there we go. Simfly UK says, fly like Boeing pilots. If you're not clacking, you're slacking in. Very good. Ramraj says, nice circular airspace structures, mostly in the US, and a simple shell structure. Yeah, and just more space as well. Call the takeaway now. They'll be here just in time, says Bacon Warrior. Yeah, sadly not takeaway tonight, but yeah. Birthday takeaway. Oh, you guys, don't do that to me. Okay, no, we're not doing the takeaway plan. Justin says, have you used the honeycomb throttle and yoke before? I have not used either. They both look fantastic. I struggle very much not to buy the yoke, but I have resisted because I know I don't have space or use for it. So I hope someone else gets it and gets to enjoy it. It looks great, and it is in stock in the UK. Well, it was yesterday anyway. Because somebody very kindly put it up onto, or messaged us during a stream. We were streaming yesterday. This is one of the few times we've done a consecutive stream on this channel. Let me just check I'm not broadcasting to everyone again. No, good. Yeah, so I do not work for Curry's PC World, I promise. Yeah, they've got the yoke in stock. I don't think they've got the throttle in stock, but the yoke is there. If any of you in the UK have been waiting for one. But I won't be getting it. No. Ed Haslam, thank you very much for your £4.99 donation. Really appreciate it, Ed. Ed says, congrats on the 1 year anniversary. Your content is incredible, and I always learn something new. Here's to another year, and I hope you get back in the air soon. That's really kind, Ed. Thank you so much for that £4.99 donation. Really appreciate it. Ed's been supporting the channel a lot, and yeah, great to have you join us as part of the community. And thank you for your very kind donation towards the channel. And it's great to hear that it's been helping you out. Thanks so much, Ed. Really kind. Zivi Delta, thank you so much as well for your €20 donation. Incredibly generous. You guys are, like I say, far too generous. Zivi says, joyous anniversary, Captain, from Paris. 15 years ago, I started to fly on FS and there was nobody to help. Now we have the real pilot with a nice voice like in the radio to listen. Thank you to doing a good job for all of us. Thank you so much, Zivi. Thank you for your incredibly generous €20 donation. I hope you're doing well in Paris. Great to have people from, yeah, all over. I think you're one of our first from Paris. That's great. Thank you so much for that incredibly generous donation. Really, really appreciate it, Zivi. And of course, thank you again to Ed for your support. Victor Tango says, since it's the anniversary, I won't even complain if you get Hawaiian pizza. So I have to tell you that although I don't mind having pineapple on pizza, my favourite's going to be the... Oh, we've done it. How did we merge so quickly into pizza talk? But my favourite's going to be the buffalo mozzarella pizza. If you ever have one of those in Italy, with the proper thin but really hot pizza base, and then the just simple tomato sauce, buffalo mozzarella, and some basil. Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Rarely, it's quite hard to find in the UK. Good evening, the Ruby Red 787 pilots, a real world 787 pilot. Thanks for coming along, and yeah, thank you for the happy birthday. Runway expected is 28 at Nürnberg, Jim. But yeah, thank you again, Zibi Delta, for that very kind donation, and thank you, of course, to Ed. Fly Indian says, I finally got a Bravo to go with the yoke, thinking of adding just the TCA side stick on its own now to go with the Bravo for Airbus flying. Yeah, see, that's my problem. I've got the side stick and the throttles for the Airbus, and I don't think I get enough good use out of the yoke. Do you like your yoke, Fly Indian? Ollie T says, sorry, that's me who said it was in stock yesterday. Mine's arriving tomorrow. Fantastic. Enjoy, Ollie. You have to let us know how it is. Which Sanger says, I agree with you. Simple is the best. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I used to like complicated pizzas, but no more. Soren says, my worry about buying the TCA side stick is that I also play a lot of Elite Dangerous too, and I'm worried that I will break it. Thinking of getting the Warthog HOTAS. Yeah, Warthog HOTAS I do have. It's excellent. I use that for the F-14. Justin says, do you have a date when you think you will fly for real again? Must be so tough. But thanks for keeping us entertained. No, you're very welcome, Justin. I don't have a date. We're waiting. The government here has not told us, as far as I'm aware. No, Buffalo's in the UK, says Black Lupus. Yeah, that's true enough. Buffalo mozzarella is a non-traditional but excellent choice, says Lauren V. There we go. People agree. Anyone here a fan of an Italian Quattro Formaggio? It's a bit too much cheese for me, Thor. I struggle with the Quattro Formaggio. A pizza without meat is just fancy cheese on toast, says Dave. Excellent. Yeah, the Warthog is a really great stick. Edward says, near me in Somerset, there is a farm that produces mozzarella from water buffaloes. Goodness me, Edward, that's amazing. Yeah. Ed says, the best addition to my cockpit recently has been my 320 SimPilot mug. Yep, the mug. I've seen a few of you enjoying the mug on the Discord as well, so that's great. I've got a mug at home as well. That's thank you guys for buying those. They help out towards the channel as well, of course. Rakon, good to see you, Rakon. Rakon says, thank you for taking us with you. Happy anniversary, although it is pretty irresponsible to pack 320 plus viewers into a plane with an approval of 220. So many hours of joyful learning. Thanks so much, Rakon. Really appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for coming to so many streams. I do indeed have a Discord, says... sorry, I do have a Discord to the Ruby Red 787 pilot. If you put ! Discord, you should get the invite in the chat. It's full of very helpful people. It's your anniversary, Meow on 1215, Captain Bagos says, no, I will not be tempted. I will not be doing that. His award-winning herd of buffalo, says VATSIM. Fantastic. Just outside Yeovil, you can get buffalo mozzarella. Goodness me. Fantastic. Yeah, it's just delicious. The Margherita Doc, it's sometimes called in Italy. Sainsbury's do good buffalo mozzarella. Taste the difference. There you go, Ollie says. We're the experts on buffalo mozzarella. I did see the teaser for the FS Labs A320 Sharklets and EFB. I agree, Ladbound. That looks like one of the best EFBs I've ever seen in the simulator. However, I can't invest in P3D at this late stage, but yeah. Those who don't know who says, my favourite will be a kebab stuffed pizza with barbecue sauce and chicken on top. We will not discuss that any further. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to change that command actually for the store, because it doesn't take you to the store directly. I need to put the... Hopefully that works. Now you should have the yeah, the full thing. Getting close to our top of descent. Make sure we do our fuel check. We should have done a fuel and systems check at the top of climb, but we're too busy chatting. It's just becoming a more and more common occurrence on this channel, sadly. Fuel is 3.9 plus 5.5, so that is 8. 9.4. Perfect. Yep, that's all working out. Systems pages. Engines look great. Bleed looks great. Again, no warning, so it's a bit... You do check these just in case you can start to get a clue of something going wrong. Maybe hydraulic quantity dipping a little bit lower than you expect, something like that. Easy to get distracted though. You've got a lot of systems, a lot of information here, so you try to balance that out with being sensible with it. Alex, thank you so much for your $11.81 donation. Really appreciate it, Alex. Very kind of you. Alex says congrats and thanks for everything. You're very welcome, Alex. Really appreciate it, and thank you for coming along to the stream today. I hope you're doing very well, and thank you for that very kind donation. Yeah, really appreciate it. Alex, where are you in the world? It's the only problem with Streamlabs' donations here. It's just the way it doesn't show the currency properly. It always shows it in dollars. Maybe there's a way to change that. My knowledge of Streamlabs has not evolved past that first sort of week I learnt to use it, I'm afraid. But yeah, thank you very much, Alex, for that very kind donation. And you're very welcome. It can be very distracting flying a 320 single pilot and chatting. I agree, Tom. Yeah, I do agree. Robin says, in the A321X, I don't get out cruise. Is that a bug? It could be. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't updated mine to the latest version yet. Yeah, Victor Tango, take that up with Darian. Landing Gear 001 says, another thing that I like about Italy is Italian Fanta. It tastes 1,000 times better than the British version. That's interesting, Landing Gear 001. So I'm going to tell you my favourite thing about Italian drinks. Peroni, you get Peroni Nastro Azzurro in the UK, which is the export version of Peroni beer. In Italy, you get Peroni, normal Peroni, in a red bottle, which I don't find in the UK. And the red Peroni is cheaper, and I prefer it. I really like it. So yeah, but in Italy, that's what you can find everywhere, and it's much cheaper, much more accessible. But the Nastro Azzurro is the expensive export version. Pavel, thank you so much for your very kind 250 check. I think that's check donation. Really appreciate it, Pavel. check. Grona, thank you so much, Pavel. Really kind. Pavel says, thanks for being an island of peace and fun in these times. That's great to hear. Really, really appreciate that, Pavel. Thank you for that very generous donation. And yeah, really, really appreciate it. There's our top of descent. Decelerate. Down we go. First level off. Make sure we have constraint up here. If we go to our charts, down to flight level 80 by ATC, so we can even go down to 80, no other terrain below us. And we'll do it in managed descent. We'll just watch for the overspeed. But thank you again, Pavel. Really appreciate it. Very generous, very kind of you, and I hope you're doing very well. Thank you for that very kind donation. Alex says, I'm in Ireland. Thank you, Alex. That must be in euros. Yeah, thank you. And don't get me wrong, the Streamlabs donation route is really helpful because YouTube doesn't get a cut of it. but yeah, it just doesn't show up the currency. So I might find a setting that changes that. But thank you so much for that donation, Alex. Thank you, Pavel, as well. Really, really appreciate it. Right, here we go. So look what happens. We're a bit high, so it just dives down, and there is a small risk of overspeed. So you do have to watch out for that. Tastes better because it's cheaper, says Mo. Yeah, there you go. Danny Roble, thank you very much for your $13.01 donation. Really appreciate it, Danny. Danny says, do you also have to fly in a simulator to keep up to date with everything and for the company to know you can handle critical situations, maneuvers, etc., and to know that you're on the level you need to be to fly, since many pilots aren't flying very much? Very good question, Danny. Thank you again for your very kind donation. Really, really, really generous. I hope you're doing well. And yes, you have to go into simulators. You will do your normal 6 monthly checks where you manage failures and so on, so that will all be done. And also, if you're not flying the real aircraft, you go into simulators to practice landings and make sure you're used to those. So absolutely, companies are being very careful. So you don't just sit at home and then just suddenly have to go flying. You will be sure to be sort of recent and current. The Ruby Red Pilot we are flying, we can show you the following combination. The air test to DODAS is the star, and then that we're using this transition, the RNAV transition, but we'll see what they say to us as we get closer. They may change it. If they change it, you'll have to watch me struggle through charts. It took me ages to find this one. Chim says, who needs random failures when you have Microsoft Flight Simulator? Very good. Dylan says, I've been using the fly-by-wire A320 and enjoying it, but it's nice to watch this where everything works. Yeah, the fly-by-wire is fantastic. It's an amazing piece of work. This is just absolutely brilliant, though. I just love the ToLiss as a product. It's so good. So good. And you do have some great... This is where, again, X-Plane comes to life at night. This texturing here looks just spot on. Even look at the way those numbers are sort of faded behind the dashes. It's exactly like the real airplane. Same down here on this clock panel. Yeah, great work. But the fly-by-wire is also just coming along so nicely. So it sounds like I need to remove all my third-party liveries before swapping over to the new version. Oh dear, that's going to be a headache. Doug Looper says, airlines could save a lot of money just by buying a bunch of Microsoft Flight Simulator keys. Yes, I must point out that we go to the actual simulators for that. Yeah. Simon C says, you're just about to overtake me. Greetings from the C208 that is flying 20,000 feet further down on flight level 90. Fantastic, Simon. Yeah, we'll storm past. I was the slowest one yesterday, flying around the Twin Otter. Thank you again, Danny, for your kind donation. Thank you, Flyinian, for your very kind $5 donation. Flyinian says, congrats on the anniversary. Looking forward to many more videos. Thank you so much, Flyinian. Really appreciate the very kind donation. And thank you. Thanks for coming along and being a part of the channel. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you're doing very well. Yeah, no air traffic yet. It is a bit odd, isn't it? Let's get the latest ATIS. They're on Gulf. Now, I'm not going to write down the whole of Gulf for you. Still a westerly breeze. Still 0 degrees. Still 1009. That's the important bit. The QNH 1009. Still landing on runway 28. Sometimes when they have this many arrivals, they'll actually tell you in the expect Zulu approaches, things like that. That can be quite helpful. Thor says you don't need to remove your old liveries. They just don't work on the 321X, just the default one. Okay, good. Dana J had to uninstall and reinstall. Yeah, that's going to be a headache. I'm going to try and make my charts video and then update everything. But yeah, I am surprised there's no ATC. You will need to delete the original 320 livery if you downloaded the same livery for the 321X. Okay, yeah, I'll move it all out. I had one livery crash my entire sim, says Becca. Goodness me, it's quite an earthquake of change, isn't it, to this recent update. So, gosh, thank you for coming along. Good to see you. Thanks for your subscription to Andrej. Let's see. Oh, we're at 40,982 subscribers. So it's, quick maths, 20 minus 2. 18 subscribers away from 41,000. There you go. So it's possible today. Although I think that's a little bit optimistic by this point in the stream. Thank you for all the likes. If you are enjoying the video, do please hit the like button. We're doing very well for likes, actually. 288 compared to 325 viewers. So yeah, really appreciate it. Mr. Espresso just got a ping. Okay. Let's check. So it should be very soon. 12952, thank you. I will set that up now. It's back up. Thank you, Mr. Espresso. Thanks, Andy. Difference between a Zulu and a Yankee approach, there's ILS-Z and ILS-Y, Lydia, is simply, it will just depend on what nav aids are in use. The Zulu will be the most common. So if everything's working, probably the Zulu. Face repeat at 41k, says Paul. Sadly not Paul. Alexander Beck, good to see you, Alexander. We were talking about DCS earlier, Alexander. I mentioned your very kind offers of help, and it seems there is a thirst for more DCS content, so I will get that back into my orders. But thanks for coming along again, Alexander. Thanks for being a part of the channel. Good to see you here again. Yeah, Simon C, I'm going to move all the liveries into a separate folder and deal with it later. I agree. I don't want to delete all of them. I'll be very upset. Some of my favourite liveries ever are in there. Vati2, thank you very much for your £20. Very kind, Vati, for that £20 donation. After I said Vuti for so many times. Thank you very much, Vati. £20 donation, very kind. Vati says, 6 months ago, I had no idea how to fly an Airbus. I'm still pretty lousy in the larger scheme of things, but thanks to your simply amazing tutorials, I now know why. Happy anniversary. Looking forward to many more. Really kind. Thank you so much, Vati. Thanks for being a part of the channel. Thank you for that little card you sent over, and thank you so much for your very kind donation and being a part of it all here. Great to have you here. And yeah, really, really appreciate it. Fantastic. Really kind. Really, really too generous. Thank you. Jim Bob, goodness me, Jim Bob, thank you so much for that $29.92 donation. Really, really kind. Oh, I see, $2.992. There we go. Jim Bob says a little US dollar $2.992 donation for your amazing year. Really has helped me keep my temporarily paused PPL goal alive and well. Fantastic. Great to hear it. It's amazing to hear that people have been inspired by the channel. That's really, really far too kind. Or just great to hear, actually. Great to hear. But thanks so much. That is incredibly generous donation, Jim Bob, and Butty too, you guys. So yeah, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. And same to Pavel as well. Really, very generous. So thank you all. Thank you, Vati. Thank you, Pavel. Thank you, Jim Bob. Yeah, great to hear that it's been keeping you inspired for the channel. Really, really kind. And Johan Jennings, thank you for your Johan Janning. Sorry, thank you for your 17 Danish krone donation. Really, really, really appreciate it. Very kind. And Johan says, happy anniversary. Thank you so much, Johan. Thanks for coming along. Thank you for your very kind donation. I hope all is well in Denmark. And Jasper, enjoy your mug, Jasper. I hope you do. I love it, and I know a lot of people on the channel have been using them, or on the Discord. Sorry. Just going to keep flying this arrival as we are now. I don't really know what else to do. So MSA now 3,800 feet as we pass into this ring. But yeah, thank you so much for picking up the mug, Jasper, and thank you to the rest of you for your very kind, ridiculously kind donations. Really, really kind. Jim Bob, Johan, Vati, and of course everyone, Flyinian, Danny Roble. You guys have been far too generous. Right, soon we can run our approach checklist, really. So as I said, we shouldn't go past this without air traffic control clearance. They're not speaking to us, so I'll just say that they've cleared us. Thank you for the likes. Yeah, 310 likes. Fantastic. ACT445 says, yeah, just move the liveries out. You can always manually modify those liveries to work. Yeah, that's what I might do, just in case some of those retro charter liveries don't get modified for the future. I know, of course, your 1980s Mantle livery will be, so that's great. Thanks, Adam Azur. Really appreciate it. GoPar, I have a RTX 3080. Yeah, this circle is just to highlight where the MSA changes. Yeah. I'm really amazed we're not in contact with anyone, but I don't, I've never had to contact them before. They always seem to message us. Yeah, we're already passing through 13,000. I'm just going to let it do its thing. We're coming down here. Basically, minimum hold altitude 5,000, MHA 5,000. On this leg, flight level 80 until that point, so... Alexander Beck says, would have been here earlier if I had read that you flew to my local airports. Sorry about that, Alexander. Yeah, this was a bit of a last minute stream, but I had to stream on my 1 year anniversary. Couldn't resist it. The Ruby Red says, I'm flying along with you. Where is ATC? Is it broken? Yeah, I'm a bit confused. We are still connected. They are online. Thank you, Scotchuk, for your $5 donation. Really appreciate it. Scotchuk says, I'm a PPL and I finally started my instrument rating thanks to your inspiration. Goodness me, that's incredibly generous and really great to hear. It's amazing to me to hear people being inspired by the channel. I really, really don't know what to say to that. It's fantastic. Yeah, thanks for saying so, and thanks for that incredibly generous $5 donation. I hope your PPL and your instrument rating go well. I'm hoping to do a bit more, as I said before, VFR, PPL flying. To try and get back into it, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and thank you so much for your very kind donation. Wow, the chat's moving fast. Not flying very often at the moment in real life, sadly. Yeah, let's check the controller, but I don't know how to do that, to be honest. Maybe they're getting the balloons and banners up, imagine. Yeah. Aviation Enthusiast says, imagine if like the ATC are screaming at you and you just can't hear it. Yeah, that is starting to worry me. I don't see why I wouldn't receive a message from them. Right, yeah, so thanks, Checkpoint. Yep. Managed to mute myself. It wouldn't be a 320 Sim Pilot stream if we didn't mute ourselves. Right, yeah, we should already be with director. But yeah, yeah, we were muted there. Sorry about that, guys. The TCAS is turning into a mess. I'm really surprised, actually. I've never had this trouble on VATSIM before. But sorry, guys. Thanks very much. Yeah, certainly managed to mute myself. Wouldn't be a 320 SimPilot stream without that, certainly. I messaged the ATC, says the Ruby Red. I don't know. As I said, let's speed up Star. We'll head downwind. We'll wait and see what happens. We've got the lights on. I turned the passenger signs on for the cabin crew. Still going to stay at the flight level past this point. Very shortly we can descend a bit further. In fact, I think we can get down to 5.2. But I'm going to stay up at 8.0. I think we're going to fly this whole arrival. I won't give our traffic extra workload. I'm not really sure of the VATSIM etiquette here. But there we go. Can't believe I was muted. That's ridiculous. Flight plan filed cases, Matt? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, flight plan was submitted. Oh, and there were a whole load of happy birthday messages in the chat. I didn't see that. Fantastic. Happy anniversary message. Just stop saying birthday. I don't know why I keep saying that. Okay. I definitely join Radar ATC and ask them. Yeah, right, let's just contact them. One 9475. I'm imagining this is what we should be with. Nürnberg approach, Lufthansa 745.
November Kilo Sierra on Spirit Wings 0612, turn right, heading to...
Anyway, 10,000 feet, LS buttons can come on as well. It sounds very busy.
Turn right, 250, cleared LS runway 28. Gravity 1808, continue left, heading 310, cleared.
This would be funny. We have had it before where I wasn't transmitting on VATSIM. That is also possible.
Request descent, Spirit 0612.
Paula, goodbye.
0612, descent altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1009er. Descent to altitude 6,000 feet, Spirit 0612. Lufthansa 745, descent altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1009er, and reduce speed to 20.
10, 6,000 feet, QNH 1009, 220 knots, Lufthansa 745. There we go. Solved. Thanks, guys. Yeah, makes sense. So 6,000 feet. We'll do a vertical speed. The reason is we need to slow down to we're going to keep 220. Yeah, that's what we're already doing. So there you go. We're not in a bad place. So actually, we don't need to do vertical speed because we haven't got to slow down. But we do need to set that QNH of 1009. There it is, 1009. Right, approach checklist briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is all checked. Seatbelts are on. Barrier F1009 set. MDA 1280 set. And engine mode selector is to normal. Good stuff. Yeah, they are obviously just incredibly busy. So nice to help them out. You just don't want to help them out in a certain way that means you've actually caused them more headaches. It's always a balance of their traffic.
Request to descend Spirit 0612 and turn right, heading 280. Yeah, heading 280 is approved. Descent was a glide path.
Now, I never told that controller what arrival we're doing. I'm just going to hope this arrival is what it expects. It looks like we can, we'll definitely fit in ahead of this traffic.
Yes,
and there's no other arrival that goes any further. This is what I would expect them to use when they're busy. So hopefully that's absolutely fine. We're within 1,000 feet to go to our 6,000 feet, 21 miles out. Remember, there's 1,000 foot elevation. So we're only 1,000 feet above the runway, 7 miles until we need to descend with the ILS. Good stuff. That is hopefully clouds.
With you on the approach for Nürnberg Airport. Lufthansa 14.
Yeah, there's a few people not getting check-in calls.
On present heading, descent altitude 5,500 feet. Present heading, descending 5,500 feet. Lufthansa
You'll notice the logo light isn't on. I'll be curious to see when it comes on. There is a sequence to that. There's that star. Mr. Espresso says I got the same arrival. Excellent news. Not too big a queue waiting to take off. Good stuff, Ati.
Right heading 100, French 150. Lufthansa 745, reduce speed to a minimum clean.
Minimum clean. We are already at Lufthansa 745.
Roger, copy that. Lufthansa 745.
Hopefully that doesn't cause us... Oh, there's traffic 1,000 feet beneath us. That could be a headache.
Turn left heading 06.
Anyway, India November Uniform Whiskey is now identified, 191.
060, Lufthansa 1426.
Which is... Where's it gone?
Lufthansa 745, you turned in, oh, yes, cool.
Oh dear.
Spirit Wings, missed approach, I repeat, missed approach, climb altitude 5,000 feet, turn left heading 220 degrees.
That could be something I've done wrong.
Turn left heading 220 degrees, FLO 050.
Sounds like it was our fault.
Lufthansa 745, descent with a glide path, contact tower 118.3.
Some of the glide path 118.3, and apologies if we've done something wrong there. Lufthansa 745.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Oh dear. Problem was they never told us which arrival. No one gave us a heading. We did our best, but this is just a limitation of what happens. It's possible. So that traffic has just climbed up beneath us to 5,000 feet. I'm cleared for the approach. And they're hopefully going to turn left. Okay, I'm not going to go down. I don't like that. Let's push the level off. 6,000 feet. Let's slow it. Oh, we can't really slow down. They're going off to the left. They're making space. Okay, let's arm the approach again. We've got on the localizer. Vertical speed down. Oh, glide slope star. It has managed anyway. Let's go to flaps 1. We might need a bit of speed brake now. 1183. Yeah, no, it's because I think that controller expected us to... maybe they thought we were on a heading, but he didn't know we were on the arrival. My first call I made to him, I was trying to sort of suggest that I just wanted to see if he wanted to speak to me or not. Regardless, let's get some speed brakes out because that's running away now with the speed. Go around altitude is in. We're on the tower frequency. But yeah, I mean, what can I do? No one told us. No one gave us a heading. We were just flying the arrival as we flight planned. So we were doing exactly what we would do if we didn't speak to our traffic control. Right. Thank you very much, Kirill PG, for your 10-euro donation. Really appreciate it. Very generous. I'm going to slow down as we pass through 10 miles. Let's just check in with tower. Thank you very much, Kirill. Really appreciate it. Tower, that's 745 ILS 28 at 10 miles.
745 tower, no. Austrian 2, Romeo Foxtrot tower.
Okay, they're not giving us any speed constraints. I'm going to go manage speed. Thank you, Kirill, for your 10-euro donation. Really appreciate it. Joyous anniversary from Paris coming in. I hope there'll be many more to come. Thanks so much, Kirill. Really appreciate it. Very kind of you. Let's go flaps 2. We need to start getting that speed back now or we're going to struggle here. Speed brakes are out. Yeah, really appreciate it, Kirill. Very kind of you. 2,500 feet plus the 1,000 foot elevation, so about 3,500 feet plus a bit of a hill beneath us. So that about makes sense on the ILS. Oh, looks like we need the engine anti-ice on, most certainly. Got into those clouds. 180 knots at 8 miles, that's working out okay.
And how many departures ahead for...
Thank you very much, Kirill. Really appreciate it. Very generous donation and yeah, really kind.
Alpha Sierra 25, second.
I've never seen that effect on the windscreen.
Yes, Alpha Sierra 25, below
Is that meant to be rain?
We are calling in now.
Oh, there we go. It's sort of static rain, I was going to say.
I call you back. You're number 2.
On 70 knots at 7. Let's put the gear down.
2000.
Arm the spoilers. Flaps can go to 3. Actually, we'll leave the flaps for a bit now. Get the last of those lights on. Okay. Anyway, don't need that wiper just yet. Just good to know that does go. But thank you very much, Kirill, for that donation. Really appreciate it. Excuses? Yeah, night landing, air traffic control. Stressing us out. We'll use any of those. Come on, airplane. Come on, airplane. Get that thrust on. Spoilers are in. There we go. Should be sitting at F speed.
Thank you. Good evening.
There's the rain. The Star Wars effect.
Lufthansa 745, expect late clearance.
Roger, Lufthansa 745. Okay, let's go flaps 3 and flaps 4 for the landing. Ting on the cabin crew. Landing checklist. Cabin is secured. Auto thrust is in speed mode. Go around altitude 6,000 feet is set. EKM mode landing node blue. The go around is there, ready for us. We are ready to land. Hopefully we'll get out of the rain soon. Thanks, Marcel. Good to see you. Oof, this is quite a bad rain effect. I'm not too happy with this one. So where's that traffic in front? Oof. Stable at 1,000 feet. They're landing now. We are 3 miles to go. There's the runway. Good news. Yeah. Bit of turbulence. It's saying speed. Let it correct it. Wind is crosswind from the right. This could be a last minute thing. We shall find out. I'm going to put the wiper on. In real life we avoid the wiper as much as we can, but it's going to make a big difference here. You can see what a horrible picture it makes.
Next landing Lufthansa A321 in sight.
Right, we just want to do our best here. This is, yeah, nasty conditions. Lights are all on. Okay. Still haven't had the clearance. It's going to be hard to use the radio panel now. Oh, it's getting close. Autopilot off. Don't know where that glide slope's going.
Lufthansa 745 at 280 degrees, 1 knots, runway 28, clear to land.
Clear to land 28, Lufthansa 745. There we go then.
1426, tower 7.
Oof. What a miserable evening. Into the flare. Idle the thrust levers. Oh, bit of a bounce. Hold it there. There we go. And we have spoilers. Reverse screen and decelerate. There you go. There was a landing for the anniversary. How about that? Right, let's go to manual brakes and get up at the next one. Yeah, that's what happens when you have a busy approach like that. Right. We want to come off here. We do not want to miss that. Squeeze those brakes on. That says Ed. Excellent. Wilco. Right, let's get the nose off. And we are down. Fantastic. Right. Oh, no, don't go left that much. Goodness me. Very strange to have these taxiways that go back on themselves. No butter there, no, absolutely. Oh dear, I don't know why I shouldn't have done this stream. Right. Anyway, here we go. I don't know where he wants us to go. So busy. Look at this. Fantastic. Proper VATSIM stuff, this. It's the wiper. I should have used that wiper. That's the excuse. Right. Now, we probably need to go into ground frequency. Yeah, that's definitely a record for the channel. No doubt about it. Right. Let's get those lights off. Landing lights off. And now we'll keep the engine lights on. It's definitely still raining out there. And bringing the flaps up to 0. Let's figure out where we're going to go and park. Yeah, I'm a little bit...
Tower, good evening, Eurowings 322 established from wing
So we're sitting at Juliet.
Eurowings 322 Tower Service.
So there we go. Right. Yeah, definitely. Flare too late there. No doubt about it. Made you spill your Prosecco, Andrew? Yeah, very good. 2 touchdowns for the price of 1. Yeah, that was a good bounce. That's definitely close to a go-around. Bouncing that much. Oh, we're blocking someone now. Oh, I don't know. No. Ah, they made it to the next one. There you go. Right. This is where we find out we should have gone to ground frequency automatically. Does it say? Does it say ground 12176? Are they online? Oh no, they're using 1181 for ground. I might just go to 1181 anyway. I think that's probably best. Some of these busier German airports, they have automatic changeovers because it's just a waste of... He's so busy. Let's consider doing that.
Good evening, Spirit 612 with you on
Let's do that. Ground Lufthansa 745 vacated. Oh dear.
Mike 4, Juliet, hold short of Mike 3, following Vatita 9, Vatita 5.
Exactly. Lufthansa 745, are you on this?
Hey firm, Lufthansa 745.
Lufthansa 881 ready for takeoff.
Oh, nothing's working for us.
745, taxi to gate 15 via Juliet and Mike.
Juliet, Mike, gate 15. Thank you, Lufthansa 745. Okay. We're not transmitting. Good news. Right. Juliet, Mike.
Lufthansa 881, I have a new score for you. It is 24.
Mike 15. Pretty close. Right, there we go then. So Juliet's just on the right here. Let's get that APU up and running. We're going to follow this traffic on the right. They're wiping now. They are incredibly annoying, the wipers. They're just so noisy. Where gate 15 is for us now, I have no idea. It doesn't look like we could fit on this taxiway.
Following the Lufthansa runway 28.
Yeah, so if you bounce that much, if you go high enough, you can definitely need to go around because that second touchdown could be too firm. So very close to having to do a balked landing there. I can't see a thing on my screen. I really can't. Where is that stand going to be? Have I got this wrong? Let's just think carefully before we do anything. So we've done Mike. It's on the right. Oh, I see. It's on the right before the terminal. Okay. Well, I wasn't told to give way 21, so we'll get ourselves out of the way. I was going to say, for some reason in my head it was on the left. Yeah, so if you bounce out the touchdown zone or anything, or if you think your second touchdown is going to be hard, or if it's any sort of height to the bounce, then that's it. You've got to go around. Stop that. It's so hard to taxi the ToLiss sometimes. It is very good. It's very realistic. You'd never use full tiller in the real airplane, or very rarely unless you're doing one of these sharp turns. Right, there's 11. Thanks, Dr. Daranaho. See you later. Brake time high enough for brake fans, says Alexander Beck. Good question. Yeah, probably. If we were going to turn around... Oh, let's stand 16. So 15 should be the next on the right. Yeah, we'll do the brake fans. It's been a few minutes. Here's stand 15.
2412,
Thanks so much, Danny Roble, for your $3 donation. Really appreciate it. Danny says, what's for dinner? Not sure yet, but not takeaway, sadly. Right, yeah, 15 is this one. Incredibly hard to see with the snow. That is pretty typical, though. It can be really hard to see. Oh, stop swinging around like that. There we go. Right, lights off. And we'll get ourselves up onto stands.
Kilo departure, initial climb, flight level 70 in squawk 2314, Regio 164.
Radio 164, confirm squawk 2344.
2341.
Probably a bit further forward. Very hard to judge. There you go, the Easy's made it in already. That's a chunky looking EasyJet compared to us, but I don't know if it's just an illusion with the 321. Okay, that'll do. Right. So, turn off the engine anti-ice. AP is definitely available. Parking brake is definitely set. Engine's coming off. Transponder is coming off. Seatbelt's coming off. Let the engine spool down. There they go, below 10%. Beacon coming off. And welcome to Nuremberg. You all know you arrived. Don't pretend you don't. And I just want to say thank you so much. It's been, a fantastic year. And it's really heartwarming, all the very kind messages I've received. And I'm so glad that so many of you have taken the time to come in and join the chat and the community. And just really, really, really appreciate it. It's been incredible. I've learned so much from you guys, and it's been great, great fun learning along the way. More videos, more live streams to come, certainly. And we will be back with live streams and videos soon. So, it does look like a heavy, doesn't it, the ETA next door? Yeah, I do agree. The ETA was on the money, said Dr. Darren Naho. Yeah, not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. It's the classic ToLiss, you know, it all just works. Right, let's disconnect from VATSIM before we get in more trouble with that. I still don't understand what else we could have done there. If they don't want to contact us, I don't know what else I can do. We did our best. We flew the arrival that they would have expected. But they obviously thought we were on a heading, I think. I think they thought we were just going to go downwind on a heading. But there we go. Right, let's do the replay. Oh, I'm too nervous to look. So, yeah, we know what happened here. Bad visual picture. Not helped with the rain. And almost certainly, well, definitely late flare. Let's have a look. And quite a serious bounce, actually. Quite a serious bounce. Yeah, very close, but we held it up, Those spoilers came up. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the real aeroplane would have done that. The lift dumping spoilers, yeah, I'm curious. Bounce, and up it goes. I'll stop doing that in a second because you're going to keep seeing that feet per minute. What did it show? Yeah, 486 every time. So yeah. Anyway, as we always say, it's done on G-force, but we did flare. You'll notice the nose come up. I can't see the airplane. It's just not lit enough. Too late. Yeah, just too late on the flare there. It's just that simple, really. That's what happens. If you end up in a big bounce like that, it's time to go around. That's very close, I'd say. Very close to needing to be a go around. I think it was okay, but yeah, certainly any more than that. Right. Let's rewind a bit. Let's put it on the replay. You can enjoy that feet per minute one more time. And yeah, thanks again. Thank you for the kind email card I received. And thank you to all those ridiculously generous donations we've received today. Really appreciate it. And thanks for coming along and joining in. And before we go, I've just seen an incredibly generous donation from Andrew. Andrew, thank you so much for your $69.53 donation. Really appreciate it. Andrew, that's incredibly generous. Far too generous. And Andrew says, congratulations. From the first time I stepped on a plane, Iceland Air Boeing 757, my dream was to become an airline pilot, but that dream slipped away. Your channel has helped me to get more immersion in my flight sim journey. Hope you start flying again soon. Thank you so much, Angie. That's incredibly generous. I really don't know what to say to that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And yeah, it's really great to hear that the channel's been an inspiration to people. And sad to hear that your airline pilot dream slipped away, but great to hear you're enjoying it through Flight Simulator. Thank you so much. Again, that's incredibly generous. I don't have a lot I can say to that incredibly generous donation, but thank you to all of you as well for your really kind donations today. And as ever, thank you to the moderators. Thank you to those flying along. Thank you to those in the chat. And yeah, I'll let the replay go. You can enjoy that touchdown once more. And we will be giving you the outro music. Thank you again, Andrew, for that really, really, really generous donation. Great to hear. And thanks for coming along today. Right, here comes the music. Outro music. There we go. Oh no, wrong one. You want the rock outro. There we go. Right. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good evening. Thanks again, Andrew. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for everyone who's just viewed and chatted and come along. We'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.